Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Not working? Are we there? Are we there? Check one, check one. Zach Pearson. Check one. Zach Pearson. 8-man brewing. 8-man brewing. Check one. Check one. Check one. Check two. Check three. Not working? Can anybody hear me now? Audio is working. What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? Welcome back. Thanks to everybody who's here right now. Sorry I missed the time off. I missed all you guys. Can you guys hear me now? Working now? Working now? We're there. Check one, check one. How's the audio? Too loud, too low? 8-man brewing. 8-man brewing. Good to go now. Ron Barnes in the house, man. How is everybody, man? What's up, Ron Barnes? Zach Pearson, Northwest Small Batch Brewing, Metal Memory, Gnome Brewing. Okay, let's do it. Hit me up on Discord, guys. I can pull you on in. Took a couple weeks off. I was in San Diego for a week, and good to be back. We're going to have Gnome on. We're going to have Party Time on, and Brown Men Brewing on. All of y'all. Let me know how everything's coming through, and if it's not, you guys are the Baba Boys, the producers, the Jamies. Much love. Let us know what you're drinking tonight. What's up, Reg? Reg A, how are you? Okay, cool. We already got 20 people here. We're back. Are these working? Can you guys hear the sound clips?
Wow. Back off, war child. Seriously.
Here's Gnomeski. Okay, let's get Gnome. Yo, let's get the Gnomeski in here. Let's go start the video call. 1 second, y'all. I'm learning all the keyboard shortcuts all over again. Sorry, guys.
Hello?
Gnomeski.
What's up?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Very well. How yourself?
Good. You remember me? What's up? Dude, you're all over the map over here. Did your new computer come?
Yeah, I got my new computer, but I haven't got my new interface yet, so I'm still using the old piece of shit, unfortunately.
Right on, man. How's the world treating you?
Doing pretty good.
Good, dude. Good. Do something like this. We'll wait for, let me add, I don't know if it's Party Time or if it's James. It's not Party. Let's add James. And let's add, shit. Sorry. Was it Moneyman? Moneyman. Is everybody in here? Create group. James.
What's happening?
What is up, everybody? Yes.
Extra feedback going.
What's going on, everybody? Just like we never left. Let me pull this up.
Hey.
What's up? What's up, Gnome?
I'm going to get it up so I can hear better.
Let's go to... No, we're chilling. Let me pull this up.
What's going on, guys?
James, how'd the stream go last week?
Oh, it went good. Did I do one last week or week before? Something like that. Either way, one with the Jaggers there went good. Just shot the shit for, I think almost 2 hours or so. Or maybe a little more. I don't know.
Here you go.
It was the day before Thanksgiving, right? Or something like that? Yeah, it was right before the long weekend there. Or your long weekend there.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're doing good. Cheers, everybody. Noam, you're not drinking tonight? Or all you guys ain't drinking tonight?
I got a beer.
There you go. All you guys, you still a little bit sick?
Yeah, a little bit sick, and I know I'm going to be drinking a shit ton of whiskey this weekend, so...
Nah, do your thing, man. Nah, dude, I get it. I get it better than anybody. Chris Radiation, what's up, man, in the house? A couple quick shout-outs. I want to give a big shout-out to Elementary Brew Co. He's on a good one. He actually gave Gnome a really good shout-out in either his last video or second to last video.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hey, you said you got like 100 subscribers out of that?
Yeah, even more now, yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yeah, big shout-out to Brian. Let me move this out of the way. So
Is our audio going through the actual stream, or is it
in the
kind of
house.
just
A
picked up by
couple
your
quick
mic?
shout-outs. I want to give a big shout-out to
I think
Elementary
our audio is
Brew
going to...
Co. He's on a good one.
Okay.
He actually gave Gnome a really good shout-out.
I'll tell you right now.
either his last video or second
Here?
to last video.
Yeah, I guess I can't. I can tell. I can hear it in the background on yours, but just people are saying all the guests have low audio.
I don't think you have any audio.
That's good.
Let's go to headphones.
Mine's capped.
No, you guys should. It's on my end. I don't want to get this. It says your screen name's up here. I want to try to get. Oh, because that's on
just
Discord.
move your mouse out of Discord.
It should be out of Discord. There we go. How about now?
Waiting for the
Oh,
delay.
sounds good. What's coming through Discord? I think just on the however you have it set up to go into your OBS is probably what's
It's on my end.
needs to be adjusted.
I want to get this. It says your screen name's up here. I want to try. What about now? Oh,
Just move your mouse out of Discord.
okay. We had all yes. I just got all yes. There we go. How about now?
Nice. Ron Barnes is saying guest sound is good now.
But I just changed it now.
Nice. Sounds good. What's coming through Discord? I think just on the however you have it set up to go into your.
I think we're okay. What up, Goose Frob out there in Texas? Yeah, good to see everybody. Good to be back. And for those who are unaware, this is Noam up there in Rhode Island. We got Party Times up there in Nova Scotia, and we got Ollie's out there in Austin. And all the links to their YouTube or Instagram stuff is in the link in the description. So much love. We're here. We're hanging out. We're doing the thing. We're doing the things that the kids are talking about doing. It's been a while, man. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's Thanksgiving?
It's good. It's good. Smoked turkey breast. My family, and it turned out really good. Just first time smoking turkey breast, and I was really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. Sellable?
I mean, tasted like pretty much what you would get at like most like barbecue joints. It felt like it was super juicy. Like seasoning was on point, park was on point. Like it was just really nice.
Understood, man. Good for you. Cheers to Jaggers, man. I want to give him a shout out too. I got a couple shout outs I've got written down. First and foremost, the Brew Show hit 25,000 subscribers. Anybody who was on his live stream, big shout out to him, man. He's out there in, I think, Salt Lake City right now. So that was a huge one. And then Hops and Gnarly got 10K. A couple YouTube channels I'd like to show some love to. Check out Jaggers Brewing on YouTube, and also check out Daryl Smith. I don't know if anybody watches Daryl Smith's channel, but I believe he's out there in England.
Okay, nice. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, he's grinding hard. I think that should work. So good to be here. After that whole drag show thing, I think I'm just going to set this to members only. I think that's only fair for the people that paid $2 a month or $3 a month. I think that's the only perk that I could give them, is that they could show up and not some, troll or whatever. But yeah, tonight it's just the members only.
Okay.
Yeah. What else we got? Let us know in the comment section what you're drinking tonight. I'm brewing this Sunday. Let us know what you guys got fermenting. I finally talked to Marshall from Brewlosophy. I'm doing his Facebook Patreon channel 12/17, which I believe is a Saturday. I'm not sure when he's going to.
That's Saturday at 2 p.m. our time here in Atlantic. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Do you know where he's from? Do you know where Brewlosophy is? California?
I think it's out California way.
Okay.
It's just kind of mid-afternoon. I subscribed to them a while back or paid their Patreon just to get those interviews, and I've missed every one so far. I think I started by missing the Apartment Brewers, and then I've missed all the other ones. So I'm trying to hopefully catch your one.
It's
Keep you busy talking.
The weekends are tough to do live streams. Like Genus does it on Sunday, and I get that because he's got 3 kids or 3 or 4 kids, and that's the only time he's available. But it's like, dude, it's Sunday morning. You got football, you got hangovers, you got weekends, you got traveling, you got especially this time of the year. I think it's the most difficult. But yeah, I'll be there 12/17 on his Patreon, and I'll put a link up there somewhere on my channel. And I think everybody in here knows Marshall from Brewlosophy, so that should be okay. I think so. Oh, what up, Lynn Schaefer? What up, Pony Pasture? Oh, man, Northwest is calling everybody out right now. And really quick, want to give a shout out to the super chatters and the members from the last, I guess, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago? We got Patrick Sandy, always showing love, Blackwood Brews, Pony Pasture Brewing, NW Small Batch, always Knothead Brewing, showing love, man. Always Knothead. 8 Man's in the house. Brew Show has tipped. The Brew Show has tipped $5. Here's some money to buy me a beer when you're in town. I think I at least bought him 1 beer, but it was good to catch up with the Brew Show. Good to see everybody in San Diego. What up, Brewing Bad? And
Yeah, I was talking to him while he was like on his way to meet up with you and everything. It was cool.
yeah, he was like shark hunting that day. Did you catch up his Instagram when he was checking out sharks?
No.
What?
Pretty crazy.
Look at his Instagram. Maybe it's not on the Brew Show, but his personal Instagram's called
Maybe it's his personal one.
The Moo Show, and he was looking at great white sharks down there in La Jolla. That was
I think that's his wife.
maybe it's a joint account or a dog account or something. Yeah, I just follow that though. But what's going on? Ron Barnes, man, your guest sound is still low. Okay, Ron Barnes, much love. You're on it. I will work on that right now. Ron Barnes.
Jacking up mine by a few decibels or something like that. Well, it sounds good when we're talking on the Discord. I guess it's just how it's going through to.
Yeah.
If we all
OBS.
just shout really loud.
Yeah, I just follow that though. I can turn mine down. What's going on? Ron Barnes, man. Your guest sound is still low. Okay, Ron Barnes, much love.
What are you drinking, part-time?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking a just a blonde from Schoolhouse Brewing, and I got another beer from
Yeah, it's really
the
low.
Advent calendar that I got to go down soon to grab.
Yeah, I see everybody talking about those.
I
I,
think we're
haven't
good
seen
now.
any though.
I think we're okay now.
That scared the shit out of me.
What blonde are you drinking?
It's called Valedictorian Blonde by Schoolhouse Brewing in Windsor, Nova Scotia.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's tasty. One of the better ones. I've had 2 or 3 blondes recently, and this one's definitely on the better side.
Nice.
I think we're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
to go.
Some people tend to be a little bit low on the flavor on the blonde,
Mic
although
check.
maybe it's supposed to be. But
Mic check. What up, Nathan McFay? Blackwood Brews is in the house, man. Thank you,
yeah.
Ron Barnes. Good looking out. What are you drinking over there, Nomsky?
Peep Toad. So it's a pale ale from Tilted Barn. Pretty good.
What are you drinking, CH?
Our beer. I got to get rid of it,
Oh,
man.
nice.
nice. You
You
got
still have
to
someone
clear it
up.
out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I got the basket for the Grainfather, so I'm going to be doing a full Grainfather brew batch on Sunday. I've got 3 days off in a row, so
Wait, you have a Grainfather?
I'm sorry. Clawhammer.
Oh, the
everything.
Clawhammer. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
everything, yeah. I got a
Cardinal
question.
sin.
Cardinal sin, my bad. Honest mistake. Oh yeah. So when we brewed and we talked about this, I put in I think the Anvil Foundry grain basket, and you were saying that there was no way that we could hold, like, you pretty much have to do a session beer on like a Franken electric system, the way that
Yeah, if you're doing that Franken style, mainly
Yeah.
because because the problem we were running into was the grain would be sitting above the water at that point,
Yeah.
unless you do the recirculation. If you're running the pump,
and I still don't have that, but
You have
that's
the pump.
That's an easy fix. Yeah, that's a $20 Amazon buy. But what's
no,
the
you have a pump.
I'm talking about the submersible pump. I'm talking about the one you put
Oh
in
no,
the
you don't
reservoir.
need a submersible pump.
You don't?
No,
I still don't have a hose.
Look, I'm gonna be
so
honest.
the
I don't
silicone
really like beer
hose that
that
they
much.
gave you, you have to split it up into 3 parts.
Okay.
And I'll sit down and we can do like a Discord call or something like that, and I
Yeah.
can show you like my 3 hoses and stuff like that. Because I think the hose lengths that I chose, because like in their video they tell you the hose lengths, and I don't agree with it. I kind of like mine a bit better because of how I have it set up,
Mm-hmm.
and because I think because I have it like on like a little small bench that I put it on to make it easier to get the grain basket out. Otherwise, like if you have it on a counter, you're like lifting with your shoulders and shit like that.
All those
And
weird
it's just
muscles.
really awkward. Yeah. Whereas like if you have it lower, you can just properly lift it.
But you still need a reservoir, right? Like a cooler 4 of ice?
So that's how I chill mine, because like my
Counterflow?
my water, my cold water for my tap, it's not that cold here in Texas. Like maybe even in winter it gets down to like 70 degrees, maybe.
Blackwood Brews, man, just dropped a Super Mario Odyssey on me, man. $25. Cheers, everybody. NBC.
Nice.
We'll do one of those here in a second, man. Big shout out to Blackwood Brews, man. Happy holidays.
But yeah,
I'm playing a lot of video games right now.
because like for the recirculation for like during mash, you just run one hose from the outlet into the pump and then back from the pump into
Did you get your DoorDash?
whatchamacallit. I ordered it, yeah.
every time Alias eats food, we have to chug beers.
And so, but for like, are you talking about chilling
we could talk about this later, and I definitely know a million ways to DIY chill stuff. But with the Grainfather basket, which is way wider than the one that me, you, and Noam brewed on, what's the most high percentage beer do you think you could do on that? It's a 10.5 gallon system? Which is
so it's a 10.5 gallon system. So I think for a 5 gallon batch, I think it's ended up like maybe closer to 4.5 gallon. I think I did
10%.
I think probably closer to 8%.
Because I'm never gonna probably do anything more than 8, so I'm okay, right? I could do definitely 5.
Yeah, no, you don't need to worry about it. If you're not going anything higher than 8. I think I've put I think the most amount of grain I think I've put is like 14 pounds of grain.
Okay, we did like 10
pounds of grain.
Okay.
And on average, you're like 5 to 6% beers, you're going to use about 10 to 12 pounds of grain.
Right. And you could always hit it with dry malt extract or sugar or whatever.
If you really need to.
If you're going for that extra push off the cliff, which I will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good to know, because I'm going to do I was going to do a coconut porter, but I'm going to game time decision that and turn that into a thin mint stout.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
And there's definitely a million different ways how to do mint in beers. I mean, you could actually get the fresh mints, I mean, you could get just the McCormick's extract. I talked to Emmett a little bit because I thought just for a YouTube video, it'd be funny if I bought Girl Scout cookies. And he was like, dude, go to Aldi or Aldo, ALDI.
Aldi,
Aldi, and they get the cheapest thin mints there. And then just put them into Cuisinart or a blender or something.
Food processor, just blend it up.
Yeah, so I was kind of curious because Jaggers just did one, right, Noam? He was doing a mint chocolate stout?
Yep.
How did he do it? Whoa, short-circuited in the house.
Yeah,
big shout out to Brian, man. Papa Smurf, what's up, dude?
Hey.
I think he's
back from the dead.
Wow. Finished the filming today, so it's actually not out yet, the video. So, but he said he would talk to you about it, like if you want info ahead of time.
Yeah, very interested. And while we're here, man, big shout out to Brian out there. And it's not Chicago. That's Larry. He's out there. And he's out there in the Midwest, man. But Brian, good seeing you, man. And I saw some notification pop up that said you were back. And then I looked at your channel and there wasn't any new content. But sounds like you're getting ready to be back, man. So I hope all is well. And he's out there in Ohio. Brian's out there in Ohio.
I don't really like
He did a double brew day recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like a few days ago.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Brian, looking forward to that, man. You took I think 11 months off, which is pretty close to a year because YouTube doesn't say a year until it's actually been a year. You can be 11 months and 30 days, but yeah. Well, welcome back, Brian. Cheers. Cheers. What do you guys got brewing on upstairs in the attic of the Discord right here?
To me?
It sounds like we have to have Brian on. Yeah, left to right. What do you brewing your next beer, Nomsky?
Well, I brewed yesterday, but up next I'm going to be doing a hazy. Yesterday I brewed a barley wine.
Barley wine?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. 2 days ago I tried a double IPA.
How'd that turn out?
Doesn't smell as good as I thought. I think some of my Galaxy hops might have been a little on the oxidized side, but I guess they're not supposed to smell as malty as a lot of the lighter beers I've been doing, so we'll see how it turns out. I only did it. I bought a bunch of these those Kegland 8-liter kind of keg things, but they're really just big ass pop bottles for $8.
Gotcha.
And you can do pressure fermenting in them, and I'm trying to ferment in it, but we'll see how that goes. They're pretty small, so but it'll make it so I can brew a lot.
All right, right on, man. Well, looking forward to that. What about you, Gnomes or Alias?
So I still have my saison on tap. And I got grain for I had bought grain for two other beers that I was going to take to Houston, but I didn't end up brewing because I ended up with plenty of beer from the barbecue. So they've been crushed for I think almost like close to a month. So I want to do an experiment to see, like, I have the numbers because it's a repeat recipe. So all the like amount of grain and all that and amount of water is going to be the same. So I want to see do I taste the difference, like having that grain crushed for like a month? Will I taste the difference? Will I lose efficiency and stuff like that? So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out. So next week I'm brewing hazy IPA, I believe. Either that or the Pilsner.
Can't go wrong with hazy IPA. Can't go wrong with hazy IPA. We got 51 people here, 20 minutes in, man. We haven't left a beat. Skipped a beat.
Nice.
We're here, man. I'm stoked. We're brewing again. Good time to brew beer. You know, Noam's got his holiday Christmas sale. This is the time of the year to get really funky with the malty stuff or the hazy stuff. And, I'm back, man. Just like Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me. And, yeah, Brian's got a torn labrum. Yeah, I got high school football and college lacrosse. Surgery sucks, Brian, but by far the worst part is the rehab. Just showing up and laying on a table and people pulling on your clavicles and stretching out muscles that haven't been used. And the rehab is by far the worst part of surgeries. And I hope that you have a speedy recovery, Brian. I really do.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Cheers to Brian. I'm drinking our beer. It definitely got a lot better when I came back from San Diego. Beer's just weird. Sometimes you just keep it on CO2 for a week, and I don't know. It's a lot sweeter. I think that I'm never gonna go. Would we do we didn't even use a Camden tablet, right? We just used 7 gallons of I'm gonna go straight back to distilled water and just really. I'm not going to stress the water chemistry in the YouTube videos, but I'm definitely going to put them in the description. But I think that the only off thing in this beer is my shortcut just to water, but it's way better than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we didn't put a Camden tablet. I asked if you had it, and you're like, nope.
No, I don't have shit. You saw my place, man. I got nothing going on out here, man.
Nice. Sorry, I missed it. What did you say, CH, you were going to brew next? Or you don't quite know yet?
I was going to go from coconut porter. I wanted to use the coconut shavings, even though I don't know where to get them out here in San Diego. There's a million of those Whole Food grocery stores.
Oh, yeah.
Fraser Farm. Whole paycheck.
Just buy them and make your own.
I mean, you could always use extract, but when you're making a
work.
YouTube video, you want to make it look better and funner. And I talked to Hops and Gnarly a little bit today about making mint extract, and he kind of went down this whole rabbit hole of like 1-to-1 with syrup and mason jars and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know, I want something a little bit more time consuming friendly, and mint is not hard to do. The key I think to doing mint is just don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, it might taste like toothpaste.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
But I also don't know what I'm talking about because I've never brewed with it. But, yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult of a beer. And, like I said, when me and Noam and all y'all's brewed, that was kind of like, hey, let's just like hone in this system. But now I want to get back to like really trying to. I would never do a beer competition. I just don't get it. I don't think I'd be stoked. If I won first place, I think I'd be like, whoa, that was stupid. And if I lost, I'd be like, whoa, like what's the credibility of the judges? But I want to treat it kind of like that. So there's going to be a lot more water chemistry in this video. And I just want to know the best way to add mint to a stout without doing like the cheapest thing you can do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. It's home brewing, right? It's I'm out on mint beer.
If you wouldn't like use like actual like mint leaves, I would think like either Whirlpool or dry hop with them.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Shenakella. He's got the avocado dancing, man.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Cheers, everybody. But, with beer, talking about beer, it's good to be back. I'm stoked everyone's here. We got Christmas coming up. Safe travels to everybody. I don't have too much stuff written down. I was sick. Oz is sick. I lost 10 pounds. I thought about doing just rolling it into some diet or vegan thing, but vegan scares the fuck out of me. Not like the veggies and the pasta, but all that fake meat stuff. I've had bad experiences with that, but we don't have to get into that. No one wants to talk about vegan or fucking CrossFit or all that shit. What's up, Day in the Life?
That's what my sister makes. She has a vegan restaurant.
Vegan meat?
And specializes in fake meat.
Well, here's the problem with vegan meat. This is what scares the shit out of me. And I think this is going to kill somebody someday. Yeah.
It's all gluten.
Okay, so if I were to go vegan, I would just go to Panda Express and just get the chow mein because the fried rice has noodles or the fried rice has egg in it. Panda Express. I'm a Panda Express junkie. And I think I've talked about this on here before, but back in San Diego, I used to have all these feral cats in the back. And I dated a girl that was vegan, and she was a great vegan. She wasn't a virtual signaler. A lot of vegans have to one-up vegans. Like, well, you have a rubber belt, so, you drive a car.
Yeah.
There's really no such thing as vegan. There's not. In your lifetime, anybody who's ever done construction or landscaping, anytime you demo out that little piece of land to get that tomato to grow, you're taking out so much habitat, or whether it's worms or skunks or possums or snakes or whatever. There's really no such thing as vegan. You can't live as a human for 80 years
100%.
in America and go through your life and not eat spiders while you're sleeping or go on a road trip and kill 1 million insects on your car window. Anybody who's ever gone on a road trip for over an hour, you've got 1 million bugs on your dash. Like that, there's just really no such thing.
For sure. Yeah.
But I had these cats at my old house in San Diego, and I met my ex-girlfriend halfway. Hey, if we have this mock turkey or mock sausage or mock whatever, if you mix it with enough stuff, it works, right? Just put it in a casserole, make a medley out of it. It's got 12 things. But I would take this meat and I would put it out back and I would try to feed it to the stray cats. And it was tuna and it was sausage and it was turkey, everything, maybe except for red meat. And these cats wouldn't touch it. And these feral cats are bums. Like domestic cats and dogs are bums. Feral cats are like the next level bum.
Are you talking about you were trying to feed them the fake meat?
Yeah, the fake tuna, the fake turkey. And
stuff. No, they won't eat that stuff.
They won't eat that stuff. And you're trying to tell me that this starving animal that's like the next level bum
like, nah, I'm good.
won't touch this expensive shit, and I'm supposed to eat it. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. So just because it's quick to market and it says vegan and organic on it, it's the brand new thing with all the shiny colors. It's 3 times the price. And a stray feral cat is not going to eat it, and it'll eat like the shittiest bologna of all time, but it won't eat the expensive vegan food. That scares the shit out of me. And I was watching a Joe Rogan clip the other day when they were talking about the Impossible Burger. The patty, the burger patty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? They feed it to rats. They feed it to lab rats, which is like the exact opposite of like PETA or vegan. They feed it to like 20,000 rats. And they're dying and they're getting sick. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm for the whole vegan thing when it comes to vegetables and stuff like that. But the fake meats, this is a brand new thing. And this hasn't withstood the test of time. We're all gonna die.
So it's like
the bottom line is we're all gonna die from this.
Yeah,
from this fake.
I've enjoyed like a lot of the fake meats and stuff like that. Like there's this place that does like vegan tacos. Fantastic.
You got to give it to a stray animal, man. You got to give it to a stray animal. That's the ultimate.
No, but it's just saying like animals and humans eat the same shit. That's not true.
I know that cats are carnivores. I've seen their teeth.
Yeah, cats are carnivores. So are dogs. Pigs will eat anything though.
You think pigs will eat vegan tuna fish?
Pigs will eat your human bones.
I don't know if this is a little off topic, but I've had General Tso's cauliflower before, and it fooled me. Like it was that good. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but cauliflower is an actual vegetable.
It's a vegetable. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, it was something saying it was something that it's not, but it tasted amazing. And like, if you didn't tell me it was cauliflower, I would have, probably thought it was chicken. I don't know. That's my addition.
I think the ultimate test is you have to give it to a feral cat or a coyote or a bobcat or something that's next level
like
bum that's trying to make it through the day, and it's not going to eat. And I get it. Like, it's all sodium and salt and packed with, I don't know, milk oil or whatever the hell that they do to hide it. I think that's the true test. Feed it to the most scavenger fucking carnivore animal, and if they eat it, I'm on board.
Interesting.
How is Party Time able to like?
I'm just playing with the Discord. I got my. It's basically the same thing as if I do the.
That's so cool.
Are you just
Going
sharing the
through.
screen?
That wasn't off topic at all.
That's pretty much all I
We
did.
just went on like
okay.
a vegan meat rant. But
I just had to have my sister's vegan donair advertising running in the background while you were talking vegan.
All right.
It did look good.
sorry, sister. Hey, we got Jorge Castro in the house, man. Shout out to Puerto Rico in the house. What's up, Jorge? How are you, bro? I'm with MK Brews all the way. I'm just gonna stick to real meat. And do you guys know who Bill? Do you know who Bill Maher is?
It's very true, Goose. Oh yeah, Bill Maher. Yep.
Bill Maher. He was saying like it's not about just eating like he's like 70 years old and he looks good and he has a new show now where he drinks and has Gene Simmons on. It's pretty brilliant. It's kind of inspiring. But he's like, the key to eating is just like eat the fresh stuff.
My DoorDash car, the DoorDash delivery guy's car was covered in Christmas lights.
Nice.
Would you get alias vegan meat?
Yeah. Yeah. McDonald's.
Did you really?
Raw liver.
From McDonald's.
That's a YouTube video, man. That's a YouTube video. Short circuited brewers in the house, man. Thanks, Brian, man. Happy holidays. Cheers, man. Happy Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Chanukah, New Year, all that stuff. That goes for all you guys. Thanks,
you absolutely
Brian.
should.
But I
butchered your name. I apologize.
That would be a very good video, even though it would take a lifetime to figure out like what's actually better for you: vegan meat, just vegan meat, or McDonald's. Just double cheeseburgers all day. Like, who's gonna outlive the longest?
The thing is, like, not all vegan meat was meant to like be healthy, right? Like, some of it's like I've looked at
it's
the
straight
stuff,
sodium.
it's not healthy.
It's straight sodium.
But also, it was just mainly to make it easier for you to choose. Like, it wasn't necessarily meant for health. Like, going vegan for health is one thing, but going vegan for like animal stuff, like that's another. I feel like
right.
And so they were just like, well, if you want to still have that like juicy like cheeseburger, unhealthy cheeseburger,
right,
you still have an option, you know?
No, and there's a lot of boxers that have done that. Like Bernard Hopkins was like, I tried to go vegan, and it's exactly what you just said. If you're trying to actually supplement meat, it's not going to work. But if you're actually like looking out for animals, it will work. But if you're going to try to give your body the same exact thing, no way. And you can't do that shit if you're a Olympian or a boxer or a UFC guy. Don't you need protein? Real protein? Wouldn't you want the realest protein? Steroids?
You can still get. You can still get.
This is hilarious.
Nose beers? Adderall?
I'm on the delay, so I'm seeing Alias just chow down on a hamburger. It's amazing.
He's just getting down.
This is a sight to behold.
And then Party Time's up there doing all of his. Was that Deion Sanders getting inducted?
No, it's like Michael Duncan Clark. I think he was vegan. A big dude.
Was he?
Rest
that
in
dude
peace.
I
was a
think so. I may be
house.
off. We'll bring up the
Armageddon, Green Mile.
Yeah, Green Mile. That's a big one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
dude was a fucking house.
How did he pass
So,
away?
I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't talk about vegan. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that.
Anyway, I got to get a beer. You guys do your thing.
Get
Eat
a beer.
food. Should we NBC?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I won't finish mine.
We're not.
I got a 10% in my cup right now.
We're not gonna. We're not. You have a 10% beer. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go drain the.
Oh, do you?
Drizzle. I'm gonna come back with a brown ale. BRB. Nobody
It's
going.
funny, Alias, is that
I'm gonna
like
riot.
that was a bag in a bag, and that's like what people should be, kind of annoyed with is like just blatant waste. Where it's
Dude, I
like,
was
you literally pulled a cardboard bag out of a cardboard bag.
I know. It's just like, just give me one of them. I don't need both.
Nice.
That's the crap that bugs me. And like, even just
I
like if you're at a
know.
store and you can physically, like, you only have a couple of things you can, like, beer, for instance, like you can carry it to your car. Like, don't use a cardboard bag or whatever.
No,
whatever the hell
don't
it is.
bag it in a plastic
Brown
bag.
paper
Like, just,
bag.
it has handles. Carry it. Like,
Yeah, but that was funny. I don't know why I caught that.
Nice.
I got nothing to add.
Nice. I saw. Have you guys used the? There was a question back in the chat a little while ago about stylized yeast. I'm not sure.
I watched a YouTube video on it recently.
Still haven't used any. I know you have though.
I've used it a couple times, and my only tip that I have for it is, and like it's been a little bit on the phenolic side, and that's I guess just good. You just got to have good temperature control. You don't want to let it go a little higher. And I'm talking about a Scarman Labs Style Libre. I haven't tried any of the Omega stuff, so that. And they also recommend not using. They say American Pilsner, so I guess like European Pilsner is all right, maybe, but don't use American Pilsner malt because apparently that'll give it some sweet phenolics if that's not what you're going for.
Interesting.
I got a couple questions for.
I haven't messed with that or the Phantasm yet.
Both you guys in here. Anyway, first question though, and I'm gonna crack this after this. I have a couple, and I brought Sean. You guys know Sean from MOB. I brought him a 4-pack of Swami.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What was the? I think I know Gnome's answer, and everybody in the chat, let us know. What was the one beer, the commercial beer, that got you into craft beer? Because more often than not, it wasn't a good homebrew. It was somebody that had something that was, outside of the high school beer that got you into. What's that?
I think mine was Dogfish at 60 Minute.
Dogfish 60 Minute?
Yeah.
Dogfish 60 Minute. That's a good answer. What about you, Party Time? I know Gnome's answer. I think it's Treehouse, but I'll let him talk after party.
Arrogant Bastard.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
SoCal
nice.
in the house.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't even know if this is for sure but just local one, Propeller, and their IPA. That's what kind of kicked it off for me. Before that,
is that Nova Scotia?
Yeah, it's a Nova Scotia one, and like both Propeller and Garrison are kind of some of the bigger, like 20-year-old plus breweries around here, and both of them had like the IPAs around the time. And as soon as I started drinking them, I just kind of went nuts and only drank them, and they all tasted kind of the exact same. I think.
Were you brewing
20 years
then?
ago? They didn't have the. Not 20 years ago when they started. That was just more the university thing. But 10 or 12 years ago when I started brewing, it was like the first kit I would have got was an IPA.
Right.
And it would have been to try to copy those guys, but
yeah, because there wasn't hazies back then. I mean, when I started brewing, when I got into craft beer, it was all just IPA. We didn't even know what West Coast IPA was until like Sessions came out, and then hazies came out, and then it was like Americans came out. But back in the day, it was IPA, but they were all by default pretty much just now what would be called West Coast IPA.
Right.
Yeah, so I shipped a 6-pack of Swamis out here. I should have shipped out 2, but it's $22.50 to do 6 beers in the USPS Priority Mail.
yeah, it's
ridiculous. Like, damn, man. And I regret not doing it. I spent like $300 on golf every day in San Diego.
Really?
Like $22.50? Like, I don't know, man. This is like break the bank. But I got Sean some beers. Sean was stationed out in he's a little bit older than all y'all. He's a little bit younger than me and Gnomski. He was our buddy that we were hanging out with out here. He's like one of my 2 friends I have in Knoxville. And I gave so it came out here in a 6-pack, but I went to a brewery and got a 4-pack, and I clamped on it all on a 4-pack, and I gave it to him. So it's like it looks like a real 4-pack. You can't have like the 6 top and like 2 are missing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they do come in a 6-pack. Yeah, that's funny.
So I dropped that off for him, and maybe he'll pop on. We're still hanging out a little bit, but he remembers Swami's Pizza Port beer very well. And that, looking back, like that beer, sometimes the best beer is right under your nose, and then you go somewhere else, which is kind of like what I did. And I'm making a video on it, spoiler alert, but the Swami's West Coast or the Swami's Pizza Port was like the best beer, best format, 6-pack, 16 ounces, $15. I think it used to be like $12.99.
Yeah.
And it's literally the least malty West Coast IPA I've ever seen in my life, and it looks like a Coors Light when you pour it into a glass. And we were talking about that earlier, and I talked about that with some head brewers in San Diego. Even if you do a double IPA and you want to do an 8% beer, it turns out malty. Like if you get too much malt together and you're not using any chocolate to get that ABV up, it still just turns out malty. And that's something I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't know why it would do that. Like if you're just going to use Pilsner malt or 2-row for double IPA, why did double IPA still taste malty?
Well, isn't that why? Well, like Vinny Slur's a Russian River. That's why he started adding like quite a bit of dextrose.
You can add
beer
dextrose.
and dry out the
Yeah.
beer.
That's the short answer. But what up, Knothead? Knothead's in the house, man. Much love, you, Barrage. That's the short answer. But yeah, I haven't really. I don't think I've ever done that. Just like 16 pounds of 2-row or Pilsner, and then add dextrose and just hope it, turns out like Swami's or looks like Goldilocks.
Well, the simple sugar should help bring down that like
the final gravity is what you're gonna look at.
Final gravity, yeah.
And it's also the color too. Some of these beers.
Yeah,
you
would stay with that light color because if you're not too heavy, because like use enough 2-row and you're still gonna get a pretty darker beer.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. Especially with yesterday with all that grain, 38 pounds of grain, like it made the beer darker. I didn't really add that much specialty malts. It's just 38 pounds of 2-row. That's
gonna add up.
Yeah.
No, so that's what the video's about. Little spoiler alert. Like I call it that, but it's really a San Diego vlog. It's me kind of showcasing my buddies' breweries and stuff like that. But San Diego's a trip, man. San Diego, it's still the best place to probably visit as a beer drinker, as a tourist, but it's probably the worst place in America to open up a brewery. I truly believe that, aside from maybe New York, where I have not been, but I would bet that there's way more. It's not even like a per capita thing for me at this point.
Yeah.
There's literally a brewery on every corner in San Diego.
Still just too saturated.
Yeah, and San Diego's really like 3 cities. And it, you guys have been to Knoxville. James, you've been to Nashville, but it's a way more different vibe than Knoxville. Like,
Nashville's a whatever you call it, tourist trap.
It's a tourist trap, but like when me and Noam and Aliaz were like, hey, let's go here now. Boom, 5-minute Uber, $7. Hey, let's go here now. Boom. I was in San Diego 2 weeks ago. It's like, whoa, this place is becoming LA. We have to like wait till the traffic to slow down, and this is like a 45-minute wait, and like, to step outside of that, live here for 6 months, and then go back into that. Like, I get why my mom has a hard time coming back to California after living in Uruguay now, in a country that has only 3 million people, and the state of California has like 44 million people. So, California, man. Fucking San Diego, man. Shout out to all my friends that have breweries. Wish everybody the best, but like it's got to be like the most difficult place in America to be a business owner.
Yeah.
Especially in the craft beer world.
Between like minimum wage and taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I made a video about that. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen some of it, but no, everyone was doing good. We had a great time. Maury, South O, Booze Brothers, Culver, everyone's doing great. I just don't know how the San Diego breweries are gonna like make it to the next level. Like you got your neighborhood vibe, you've got everything kind of localized. I just don't know how. It seems like the toughest next move to make, right? Like how does distribution work? Like say we all own a brewery. Say we're from San Diego 20 years ago. Okay, let's get our beer up to LA. And then, okay, now we want to go to where? Probably NorCal. Like, what do? We have to go to a distributor up in the Bay Area that, in assuming we don't have a production facility, how does the Bay Area sell our beer? Do they have to come down? Do we drive it up?
I think usually you have to give it to them kind of thing, right? They're usually not going to go, or they'll like contact you and they'll be like, hey, I want to buy this many kegs.
Because it does happen. I mean, everybody that's expanded has done, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it works, though. And then where do you go? Like just the closest territory? Like you go to.
Well, the thing.
COVID.
COVID's back. COVID's alive and well.
Yeah, I just have a bit of congestion.
Yeah, we've had shit going through our family for like 6 weeks now. It's
Same with me,
ridiculous.
man. Yeah, I slept on fucking an airport in Fort Lauderdale. I think that like revamped everything and brought me back to like almost, the monkey from Outbreak. You
Nice. So on
Jorge Castro.
sorry,
What's up?
No, just saying random news for the Homebrew Con next summer. What's the plan on that one? You guys gonna try to make it out there?
I'm down with
Barrage
Knoxville.
Con around the same time.
Which state is it in this year?
It's in San Diego, so it's like an easy, good place to go to.
That could be interesting.
That could be
I'm
interesting.
out.
June 22nd to 24th.
Damn, I've got a wedding
Although
the month before that.
It's damn expensive.
It's what, $500?
Yeah, well, like last year was like, well, I mean, it's like $300 or $400 American, and then like that's like $500 Canadian.
Just to attend?
Yeah, it's stupid.
What?
Stupid expensive.
Yeah, so it's $500 for 4 days, and then it's $500 for Airbnbs and $500 for
For them to try to sell you shit?
yeah. No, I think
See
that
John Palmer talk.
no.
All right, never mind.
I don't know, man.
Just need a reason to go somewhere. You just got to make a solid plan for BarageCon, and then just that's fire in the future, and then we'll just all go.
Let's go.
Easy
When
peasy.
when Noam and all of us were here, we were talking about when
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw was going to open, but
Yeah.
there's no way they're going to open. Would they say the day after Christmas or the day?
Yeah,
after
the 26th.
There's no
I
fucking
saw their
way. That's
their
the worst.
little courtyard
That's the
looks pretty
worst.
sick.
Oh, it's huge. And Ollie said it best. He's like, "This looks like a university." And I remember looking at it the other day. I was like, "This does."
I said that.
Noam said that. My bad. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was no.
My bad, Noski. And I was like, you know what? This does kind of
Okay.
look like my high school. My high school, like
I should just let that go.
white suburbia,
Okay.
4,000 people. There's canopies. There's places to walk. It looks like a level
No,
from
you're not that
Ocarina of
smart.
Time. What?
I'm just fucking with no.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
They're going to open with 85 people on staff. 85.
What?
That's a lot.
That's it. That's
Damn.
only
That's
It's
insane.
only like 6 or 8. Or what would wages be down there? Like, what would they charge? What do you get minimum wage? Is like $15, or is that like way high?
No,
That's California.
no.
That's a blue state.
That's California,
And
man.
you can
Okay.
talk, and you can talk about Chris Radiation, man. Much love, man. He's supporting the Super Mario Odyssey fun on the Nintendo Switch, man. Much love,
nice.
Chris. I love you, done. And the good thing about like red and blue states, you can talk about red and blue states. There's economics without talking about politics or like bringing up political leaders. Like there's a serious reality that you can just bring up. And for servers, people getting tips, you make $2.13 an hour, which my friends who own breweries in California like don't believe, because they still have to pay their guys I don't know, $15-$16 an hour, even if they walk with tax-free $300 a night. And then I think minimum wage in the red states is $7.75, and I think the average person makes pretty much about $5 less. But I'll tell you this much: people don't know what they're talking about. Like the average Californian's like, well, yeah, you live in the South, like cost of living and this and that. I'm like, not really. And I'll tell you this much: like I make more money pouring beer in the South than I did in San Diego up until 2016. 2014, 15, 16, San Diego was the Wild Wild West. Everybody was making a ton of money because there wasn't that much competition. And I made more money then. But after that, everything kind of settled out, and you make Chili's money. You're making $100 a night. And I think people tip more in the South, and I'm kind of getting fed up with these fucking iPads that they turn around. Back in the day, it was like 10%, 15, and 20.
Yeah.
And you'd hit
now
always,
it's like
now it's like
18%.
25. Yeah. No.
25. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
So I think
That meme or whatever you want to call it that you sent me,
Oh,
that
it's
was
the best.
fucking hilarious.
The
You
best.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Getting all
Alex
pissed off.
Smith, Alex Jones. Yeah. You
Oh,
buy,
yeah.
You buy a $1 coffee and then for 99 cents and you turn the iPad around and the guy has like a 30% bud. You're like, you crossed the line, motherfucker. And your bullshit's got to stop. Yeah.
$1.
I think people tip a little bit better in the South, and if you're getting a percentage, that's always going to be more than like a flat rate. So
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, but if you're a business owner and you're paying people, I think the average maybe brewer in California makes about 19 to 22 an hour. And I would say somebody that is a brewer in Asheville or Knoxville makes anywhere from about 16 to like 21 an hour. So you're really talking about $3 an hour. And it's a lot cheaper than California.
How would they work down there? Would brewers get a percentage of tips, or would that just be like house staff?
Brewers would never get that.
No, they're probably salary based at that point.
Yeah.
Brewers are going to be salary.
Yeah.
This is a very negative thing to bring up, but I follow the brewery on Reddit, and there are plenty of brewers that get paid less than people who just pour the beers.
Well,
it makes sense.
100%.
Well, I know it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's just what happens.
And
percentage.
It's
big shout out to Will, man. Much
yeah,
love
it's just
you, bruh.
depressing for people that are like, wanting to try and get into that industry, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but we've talked about
nothing.
this. We've talked about this. Like, Adam makes beer, right? He has a YouTube channel, and people come on. They're like, hey, like, I want to be a pro brewer. It's like, well, the word pro in brewing is kind of a false sense of reality, because pro with anything else is like big money. Like if you're like, hey, I'm a pro baseball player or a pro skater,
pro athlete,
yeah.
Pro
pro.
Right, like you could be a pro dishwasher. All pro means is that you get paid. You get paid. So instead of saying like, I think that the term, but I think that the term head brewer carries way more weight than saying like I'm a pro brewer, because you could be a pro brewer, be a cellarman or on the bottling line or cleaning cans all day. But people see the word pro, and it's misleading.
Yeah, all I have to do is fill out some paperwork and get my brewery legal, and all of a sudden I'm a pro brewer, which is ridiculous.
I could pick up dog shit and be a pro dog shit picker upper. As long as you're getting paid, you're a pro.
Technically a professional, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's why NCAA athletes can't take money, because otherwise it'd be considered professionals.
Right, and that's the word that kind of fucks with pro brewers. Like, what do they say in the cooking industry? Like, you would never say I'm a pro cook. You're either like on the line, or you're sous vide, or you're
sous chef.
Yeah, you would never be like I'm the pro.
I'm pro chef.
I'm pro chef. Yeah. You would never say that. So
no one would say that. Yeah.
No. And to anybody who's listening right now, if you want to work in the back of the house and be a pro brewer or have a job as a brewer, that's great. You're definitely going to make more money working construction, though.
Oh, there's so many other jobs you'd make way more money.
But I'm saying, like, for a blue collar job to, get into something and, roll your sleeves up and get your shit dirty, the word pro brewer is very misleading. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Head brewer is the one you want to be.
That's what I'm saying. Head brewer is like, okay, right. Because everybody that's employed is a pro something.
Yeah.
Pro busboy. I don't know.
Oh, Josh Wiseman's a pro brewer.
10,000 hours.
He doesn't even like beer.
Nice big party time.
Beer. I'm not trying to shit on anyone's parade, but that's the reality to it. So when like somebody comes in to YouTube, or somebody wants to host a class or this and that, it's like, hey, like, you want to become a pro brewer? It's like, stop saying that word. Just say, like, hey, do you want to work in the industry? Like, do you want a job?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I think people are using pro brewer meaning head brewer.
I don't think so.
I think anyone that's actually classified, I think, as a brewer that makes money is they say is a pro brewer, which is ridiculous to me. Like,
oh, really? Is that what like?
I think that's what they refer to them as. I'm pretty sure.
I'm a pro panhandler. I just got money for drinking beer on the internet. Pro. Yeah. And even pro. Even pro amongst pros, like a bullshit thing. Like my buddy John Goman, James, he's been on. We've hung out. It's pretty much just bragging rights. To call yourself a pro, it's like pro skater. What the fuck does that mean? Pro baseball player is like pro,
Right, you're MLB.
You could be a pro surfer that was the man in high school that burned out. Now you're like pro, and you're like, Yeah, but you're busting tables, man. Like you still run around town telling everybody you're like a pro. That's just bragging rights.
Yeah, no, I'd go with anyone that calls himself pro is just a douchebag.
Pretty much. I'm with James.
If you refer to yourself as a pro, any other people can. That's not a worries. But like, I'm a professional. Blah blah blah. Well, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Actually, not really, but.
Yeah. Who goes around saying like you're a pro? Yeah.
Oh, I'm a pro motocrosser. I'm a pro. Well, I mean, I guess if you actually make your career with it, then yeah. But you could just say I'm a brewer.
No,
cool.
I'm with you,
I'm
James.
a professional brewer.
The word pro is definitely a scam. You know when pro is cool to say? You know when the word pro is cool to say? When you're 16 years old. Outside of that, it's fucking douchebag bragging rights, deadweight bullshit.
I think if someone refers to themselves as a professional, I take it a little bit better because then like I don't know, it just sounds more classy than pro.
Yeah, pro's
like
a word.
It's like a bro word, like yo, I'm just pro, bro.
I'm a pro, bro.
Pro.
But like if someone says I'm a professional this, and I'm like, okay, that means you make your living off of it. Like that's right. Like that's kind of what I get, the sense I get.
And there's so many jokes in here. I mean, we could write a whole Netflix 1 hour documentary. It's like, I got my allowance from my parents. Like I'm a pro. I'm taking out the trash. You know, like we got to knock this whole pro bullshit off. Jonathan Elliott, what's up, you brunch? All right, we're gonna do a mandatory beer check.
Just say it.
This is the best work we've ever done.
That should be.
Yeah. So cheers to that. I'll fucking always cheers to that. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go and get the best beer of all time. I'm gonna get a Swami's, a Pro Swami's.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Nice,
I'm gonna drink one of my own.
Dang.
Has anybody ever looked at beer websites and seen like, can you get this beer? Or, like, where can they drop it off in your town or distribution?
I've done that for certain breweries and stuff like that. Yeah.
I've done that, I think, for Treehouse Julius, and it was nowhere close to.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, no.
No way.
Yeah.
Because I think you can get Swami's in Nashville.
Yeah, Treehouse is definitely off the unless you get it through trades, you're not getting it.
You know what's cool?
Or you go right to the brewery.
No, Treehouse was commenting on a couple Homebrew for Life videos and a couple Happy Hour videos. They might be in on this.
Well,
shout out to Treehouse. Fly me out to your
Wait,
I
shit.
gotta mention.
Oh yeah, you sent
Alias.
us a Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit
So
late
I
to
was
the
telling
game.
Alias I never fanboy, but when I saw that comment, I got a little fangirl.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna
got
lie.
a little fanboy.
I was like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
What up,
Even
Zach?
though I had,
Berry?
very little part in that.
Yeah.
We still got
That's
some
funny.
shine, and not only that, but they went over to the Happy Hour and they clicked
Oh,
on a
nice.
video that me and Clawhammer posted. It said, "Should you rather own a brewery or a distillery?" And they commented
Oh, I remember
both.
that,
And
yeah.
I looked at their YouTube shit, and they're, you know what they're doing? They're opening up a distillery.
They already have one. Yeah, they already
have
make their
one.
own spirits.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I know nothing about that.
They do a lot of stuff, man.
Okay.
They make their own coffee. It's crazy what they do. They're very broad, but they're making a killing. So apparently they're doing something right. I haven't had anything besides their beer, but
I would say the
it's
Treehouse.
delicious.
It is delicious, and I've only had the Heady Topper. I've never had the Julius. The what's the one with like?
Alchemist.
Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah,
It's all good.
I fucked up good. What's the one that has the can that's just black and silver?
That's Heady Topper.
Heady Topper.
That's
yeah.
the Alchemist.
Yeah.
All right, Julius, Treehouse, if you're listening, send me some shit, and we'll go from there. or don't live your lives. Do you get that up there in Nova Scotia, James?
Oh no, we don't get shit from the States up there, up here.
Because
you can get the odd Samuel Adams or something, but there's nothing that crosses the border. I think there's too many stupid rules and taxes and shit up here.
Well, I was just gonna ask why. It doesn't make sense for them. They lose too much money on pretty much taxes and permits and fees and margins.
Yeah. And a lot of them, a lot of those companies, like, especially like stuff like, you look at Alchemist, like they can sell their shit too quick anyway. There's no need for them to come up here. Somebody could probably have a decent business at bringing it up here, but you'd probably be spending $15 a can or $10 a can. I have no clue what it costs normally, but probably be double whatever it costs down there.
So they're very cool about their beer, actually. No matter what they make, they charge about, well, I don't know what it is now, but like before, I'd say 2 years ago,
you're talking about Heady Topper, the Alchemist?
Yeah. Well, every beer they sold, it was $12.50 for a 4-pack, even if it was Heady Topper, which is a steal.
16-ounce
that's
cans.
an absolute steal. Yeah, for an 8% beer, which is like highly sought after.
As Alias says, that is fantastic. And I've been saying that a lot lately. I love that. No, that's a great price.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For how much?
I'm sure they bumped that up a little bit since.
$12.49 for a 16-ounce 4-pack. That's phenomenal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
really good price, especially in the Northeast
2 years
too.
ago. I don't know what it is now.
Well, it's consistently like the top 20 on both the websites. So we like both the best beer ranking websites, and we talked about this. No, I used to look at those websites too a lot more before it got all political and this and that. But the two biggest ones, the East Coast and the West Coast ones, they're kind of convoluted, but you can, and this is the ones where, what are the, I did have them both in my new video. What are the biggest beer ranking websites 5 years ago? What were they called?
Oh, Beer Advocate.
Beer Advocate, and what's the other one?
Great Beer?
Yeah.
Great Beer was up there.
Untapped?
No.
Well, Untapped, yes.
But it is kind of like Untapped, where the people vote, like the people choose and this and that. There shouldn't be too much politics involved. And then, me and Noam, for the same reason, every video or everything that they posted, and I forgot about that, Noam, until you brought it up. But there is kind of a West Coast vibe and an East Coast vibe. But on the East Coast vibe, it is more often than not, you're always going to see Treehouse and Heady Topper's The Alchemist in there, and you will sometimes still see that on the West Coast vibe, on the West Coast beer ranking thing, because beer is territorial, right? You can't get all the best beers to all the different spots. There's only a few businesses that have that power. That's why Budweiser buys companies, because they already have the avenues of distribution.
Yeah, I think this is maybe going off in a little bit of a side thing, but there's also a sense of pride where like that beer comes from where you are, so you kind of like it maybe a little bit more than at least like imported from across the country. Yeah,
and Stephen Platt says Treehouse beers direct from their brewery are like $5.50 or $6 per 16 ounce. It's not bad at all, man. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
With that, I'm gonna get my favorite beer of all time. I'll be back.
Tommy's IPA is not available in Texas.
That being said, though, one thing that I do like about what they do is that you can buy it by the can. Like, they don't force you to buy a 4-pack. With those prices, I think that's kind of the smart way to go. You kind of have to go that route. You can't really like lock somebody into buying, upwards of like 24 or even more for like, 7% IPA. If you can buy one, maybe 2 cans, and then buy something else, and you're gonna probably actually in the long run make more money. Yeah, Treehouse. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are kind of taking that approach now as well.
Yeah, and you can like build your own like 4-pack, 6-pack kind of thing, and it's like say it's the same price kind of thing, right? Like, and so you get to have a variety without that issue, and I like that idea. That's kind of something I like a lot.
I think it's something they have to do anyways, because I think this is like a few months ago, but I mentioned to you and CH about how like I counted how many offerings they had, and it was like 50 something, like different cans.
God, yeah.
Like you can't sell it by the 4-pack at that point. You might as well just let them choose what they want, and they have the staff to accommodate that too. If you don't have the people, you can't do that. But like, it's pretty crazy. Like, you give them your name, they have a ticket, they look at it, and within a couple minutes, like you have your
beer, yeah.
case or whatever. Some people are literally like bringing a dolly. They even have dollies if you don't have your own, so you can like
Right, yeah, I've heard about that.
cases upon
Yeah.
cases, and you carry them in your car, and like you take a loan out against your house. It's a joke. And done. Somebody else talk.
Yeah. No, we can't talk. So what is the standard? Like, are you guys are both the same price for beer as we are up here, aren't you? Like, a can is anywhere from $4 to $5 at a brewery normal, or is it a little more?
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. That seems about right. I know, like, if you go to like like Total Wine and stuff like that, and you build your own 6-packs. The cans can range from like anywhere from like $1.50 to like $12, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know the like what do you call it? Like, your younglings are hilariously cheap down there.
Yeah, Yingling's super cheap.
Like, we up here are cheapest. I think about the cheapest we can get in Canada is right around the $2 mark, maybe slightly under, and that's for a small. That's a 355. That's not a tall boy.
I think I walked in. You guys were talking about buying beers individually, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
No, this is kind of going back to what you guys were talking about $4 for what, $12.49, and there was a time when the craft beer looked like it was just going up and up and up and up and up, and all these breweries that came out of nowhere were like, hey, we're gonna do $4.25 packs and this and that, and I think it just made these beers stronger. And from the West Coast, I'm talking like Lagunitas, Sierra Nevada, maybe Stone. I don't think Stone got kind of crazy with their trends, but they never really had like a hype beer. And everyone's kind of got their own definition of
I feel like Arrogant Bastard was their hype beer. Or
what do you guys consider a hype beer? It doesn't really exist anymore. It did 5 years ago. Like the barrel aged. Yeah, but I'm talking about like the Firestone beers, the anniversaries that were like $60 for the barrel aged stout, like that day's over.
We don't get that too much of that.
Dude,
up here.
Parabola is amazing though. If you do get your chance to taste that stuff,
The what's
it's
that?
like phenomenal. Say that again. Sorry.
What was the most expensive hype beer? No, up in Rhode Island.
Oh well, you mentioned Firestone. I wasn't talking about Rhode Island, but you mentioned Firestone, and their Parabola, which is like a blend of like barrel aged stouts and like dark ales, is like phenomenal. Like they use like 5 different bourbon distilleries to like age their base beer in, and then they blend it all together, and it's just absolutely amazing. But in terms of hyped beers around here, yeah, it's still kind of like the limited hazies. Heady Topper's not limited much anymore, but like your Treehouse, like occasionally they'll do like the Juice Machine, like that'll I said, in terms of trades, you could trade that for like probably 2 4-packs of like Monkish or something like that. Like I don't know if you ever looked into like the trade market. I don't, because it just, the shipping cost alone makes me just want to avoid that entirely.
Yeah, that sounds so. Yeah, I feel like that'd just be really bad.
That's for like lawyers. I don't know. I can't. That's too rich for my blood.
You know what's a good word you just used, Noam? Is that.
What's that?
Okay, so it went from New England Hazy IPA, and nobody knew what that was. It was either Northeast or New England. Like, people didn't know. But the word they used after that, and I've never seen this with beer, and it worked, was juice or juicy. And that started really fucking selling. That was a big...
Juicy IPA.
Juicy.
Yeah.
Like juice and beer juicy 10 years ago would sound like the worst idea ever. Juice?
Yeah.
Like box juice, little kid kindergarten juice. But now it's got this whole like tangerine. I'm making videos on orange creamsicle, and the beer that we made was sweet and juicy, but 10 years ago, that's a bad homebrew. but the word like juice and juicy really resonated with people. Only around pretty much hazy IPA. That doesn't work with Pilsner or sour or West Coast IPA. Juicy is like, juicy is a great word when you use it with hazy, and it definitely sells. And that's probably like a interesting thing to pull up. Like, how many juicy IPAs are there in circulation? Or not all, yes, not even that, but people that aren't even using New England IPA anymore on their bottle. They're just calling it a juicy IPA. Yeah. That was a great marketing tool.
I do know that the actual beer Juicy was made by Hill Farmstead.
Juicy J?
I'm sorry?
Nothing. No, just apologize for no reason. Time to chug.
Drink it. I just didn't hear. You said something J. I didn't hear what you said.
I got to get you guys some fucking Swamis, man. This beer is, it's exactly what you guys were talking about. It's cheap. Not cheap, but, you know, it's a 6-pack for $15. The format is perfect. There's so many times that you buy a 6-pack in a 12-ounce can, then you pour it into a pint when you come home. You're like, we're still missing like a couple inches. And it never had like an ego. It never was like, hey, let's jack up our price just because everyone else is doing it. When everybody had that ego in the craft beer run in San Diego in 2016,
they stuck to it.
They stuck to it, man. And,
good on them.
And I'll always.
I was looking at their website, and like they're like most of their 12-packs are still like $12 or $12.99 or whatever.
Not only that, man, but I still think that Sierra Nevada is a little something, a little juicy or a little. What's the green?
Oh, a little hazy thing.
A little hazy thing. I think that's the best bang for your buck. I think that's
I love that beer.
I love that beer. And like they kind of got, you know, let's do the have you had their pink can where it was like a little something sour?
There goes one.
It didn't work that well.
It was okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't like I wouldn't
go out of my way to drink it though.
I mean, here's the thing. Are you guys kind of like me? We're like, I use tart and sour completely different. Like when I want sour, like, no, I'm talking about the Oak Room. That's a sour.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Tart and sour are different. Yeah.
Way different. Tart and sour are different.
Yeah. That's a tart beer.
That's a tart beer. Correct, Alias. Right.
Yeah.
We didn't go to, if anybody ever makes it to Knoxville and they like really sour beer, me and Noam went there for one. Noam, like, after that one, I was like,
it's called a bridge, right? Or something like that?
It's called Oak Room, not a bridge. Yeah. But remember I was like, hey, like, it wasn't the head brewer. Nobody there brews. They just look at all their barrel aged stuff. But I was like, hey, like, what's the pH on this? And the guy, he's like, I don't know. So he brought the guy behind. He was like, oh yeah, it's like 3.1, 3.2. Like, I can't drink this. The doctor told me my stomach acids are like too gnarly. I was like, yeah, this is a real deal sour place. That you just told me the perfect answer. You didn't bullshit me. You knew about pH levels, and that was the perfect answer because it was honest.
Yeah.
So Jorge and also Stephen Plass asked about the Hill Farmstead Juicy beer. From what I remember, it wasn't even like an IPA. It was a different style. I don't really exactly remember what it was, but that's what they were going for. They were trying to make it taste juicy, and by using like American hops and trying to push forward that like kind of sweetness. And it was kind of like a basis for what supposedly, I don't know, like this is like shit I saw on the internet, so it's probably like, 40% true, 6% false, but it's kind of like a basis of what, breweries started using to then make like the hazy style beers. I don't know. No fucking clue. But I do remember they were the first like if you haven't had Hill Farmstead beer for the first off, like you're missing out. You definitely have to try them out. Like it's phenomenal. Like everything they do is absolutely amazing.
Hey,
there's no like misses.
Everybody check that out. The bummer about this though, Noam, is when you get really into sours, everybody click on that link. You really filter out.
Oh, that's that expensive sampler.
Those were the glasses we were drinking out of, but you really filter out like the common beer drinker. You know, like that's a niche thing. Like people that go here, they're not getting drunk.
Yeah.
They're not getting fucked up. And that's a good thing. But you know what else you're losing? A lot of money. You know, if people come in there and they just want like olives.
I think they're making up the money with the food, right?
I think it's just such like they're so successful. This is just like an extension of that.
Yeah, they
Like
have spare money to use on this kind of thing.
A lot of wineries do that. They're like, hey, we'll have a low, a medium, and a high, and a dive bar crowd, and this and that. And this is clearly not the dive bar beer drinking crowd by any means necessary. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it seems like kind of, well, when I went there, you know, it's a little bit of like upper clientele, like people that are well to do, but like the experience alone, even if you're not, like, just to go there maybe once, you know, every couple months or whatever, would be amazing. Like the beer was phenomenal. I can only imagine the food was good too, but I don't remember like looking at the menu, to be honest.
No, do you remember when we ordered? I kind of looked at it, but remember we were doing like little makeshift blind taste contests. Like you could tell, like if you closed your eyes and you had some of this, you're like, okay, that's marshmallow or peach.
I forgot we did that. Yeah, we didn't even look at like what it was really.
And we nailed it, like 3 out of 4. I was like, okay, that's like vanilla. And then the berry is the weird one because you can like bullshit berry. Is it raspberry or boysenberry or like dark fruit? You could say like fruit roll up or something. But no, if anybody is a diehard sour, go to the Oak Room in Knoxville. And like I'm a diehard sour and I can only have one. But this place,
that is.
What's that?
Yeah,
James?
that sampler there looks like a pretty good. Like I mean, it's $27, but you get 8 5-ounce pours, which is that's 2.5 beer, especially for like aged type barrel beers. That seems like a decent deal.
I'm pretty sure they're all barrel aged. I don't think there's any kettle
every
sours.
single thing in there was. Yeah, he's like, yep, that's all we do here.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, James, if you come out to Knoxville, like you're gonna spend $27 anywhere. You might as well spend it at like a real sour beer.
Try something different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like if you love sour beers, right? Like that'd be perfect.
I thought I loved sour beers. I remember like hanging out with Noma. I was like, dude, we might have to get out of here. Like, I don't think this place can even do flights. I don't think that I could do a flight.
Yeah,
like I could drink beer all day. It's like, dude, this beer is like 3.1 pH. And for those who don't know, that's like one step up from like the Breaking Bad bath
battery.
Put a body in there.
Yeah, same thing. They might have a bit of body in there anyway.
Yeah,
that's how they get. That's how it gets this body.
That's how you get the body.
Speaking of
gives the beer the name,
killing children.
Speaking of what we're talking about right now, quick little shout out to Peter's TikToks. Do you guys follow Genus Brewing's TikToks?
I am not on TikTok.
No, but now I got to look at it. I'm just gonna look at it on.
Oh, when he's talking about like hiding bodies and all that shit.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram and shit.
Yeah, Peter's he's funny as hell, man. He's funnier than shit. He's funny, man. We still got 53 people here. Oh, I think the chat's mellow tonight because it's members only, man.
Members only.
Yeah, but I actually like this way better. No, we got to get Jaggers on soon. I don't know what. Where's Jaggers from? What?
He's in Texas.
Texas. Does Texas?
I might be meeting up with him end of the month. So
what's up, James? Does Texas have 2 time zones? Like
yes, it does.
Okay, just like
yeah, El Paso is in a different time zone than Central Texas and stuff. They're in Mountain Time.
Us Californians getting used to this shit. Yeah, California.
Which I was like, I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh shit, they're 1 hour behind me.
Yeah. James is the furthest into the future right now. Unless we go to England or Portugal or whatever. Are you guys watching the World Cup? Does anybody have a dog in this fight?
I am.
I don't care.
Spain lost. Oh yeah,
I know.
That was my boys.
Big old upset.
They got rocked.
That was a very big upset.
By Morocco?
Yeah, they lost to Morocco in penalty shootout.
Who did Portugal just smoke? Switzerland?
Switzerland, yeah.
That was a blowout.
Dude, they destroyed them, and Ronaldo didn't even start.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's time to sit down Ronaldo or no?
Yeah, I think Canada got its first goal in a World Cup ever this year. I think.
Yeah, they did.
Whether or not, I think we lost.
But they
all
still
3 games.
they've lost all their games though.
Yeah. Apparently, the first game against like Brussels or something was we outplayed them. They just got an extra goal.
Canada
Yeah.
made the World Cup?
Which means they still won.
Canada made the World Cup.
Yeah.
Shout out to Canada.
I think
Shout out
that's
to
a pretty
Canada.
big deal for us.
I don't really like being
That was a
much.
very big deal for Canada. I think it was like the second ever World Cup you guys had.
Yeah,
come
we
to.
definitely haven't really been there much.
Yeah, so it was really impressive that you guys made it and everything.
I love it.
And it sucked that you guys didn't make it past group stages, but
Nah,
you
whatever.
guys had some hard teams to play against too.
How,
so.
how many people make like? Is about half of them make it past group or?
I
So
think
yeah,
it's
so it's
32
yeah,
to
it's
start.
32 to start, and then goes down to 16.
Okay, cool. So I mean, most of the people don't make it anyway. So
Yeah, most people don't make it. Yeah.
But I like how they do the World Cup though. Like it's like in and out. You know, every pro sports team they're like, oh, the Lakers are playing the Bucks for like Game 7. It's like there's 4 fucking series in like Game 7. Like the World Cup like sums it up pretty fast. You know, like they kind of like, what is it, all of maybe 6 weeks, 2 months.
I know nothing about soccer.
What was your question?
they kick a ball and stuff.
Yeah,
Can't touch it with their hands.
Yeah, I think the ball's full of air too. How long does the World Cup last? From the finals?
It's a little over a month.
Right. That's my favorite
right.
part about it. That's my favorite part about it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I remember the Padres.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, "Hey, the Padres made the playoffs." I was like, "Okay, they beat this team. They beat the Dodgers. They beat this team, and they played the Phillies." I'm like, at what fucking point? We already played 162 games. Like, when are we in the goddamn like World Series? You know?
Series, yeah.
I agree with you there.
that
Baseball
was-
schedule is absolutely ridiculous.
Jeffrey
baseball
Merrow.
schedule's
So
good.
stupid.
Much love to Jeff Merrow. He's pitching into the Super Mario Odyssey fund, man. Thank you. I think I could probably buy that by now. I think I have $30. I'm gonna buy that tonight. Thank you, Jeffrey Merrow.
Saving up that $30.
No, I played a lot of the Zelda Breath of the Wild. Alias, do you recommend buying that Pokemon game or no way?
The newest one, the one I recommend getting is Legends of Arceus. I think you'll like that one the most.
Did you play Super Mario Odyssey?
I have not. No.
Okay, I'm gonna go in for that. I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe and then do layaway. Hey, we still got 50 people watching here. We're an hour and 24 minutes in. You know what's crazy? Tonight feels like I'm pulling teeth. Usually it's like time flies and this and that, and 3 or 4 hours goes by fast. Tonight I feel like, I don't know, we're in detention or
Trying
something.
to get back into the swing of it.
We gotta get back
Yeast,
in the swing?
Yeast and the Beast isn't a
I mean,
member.
well,
That's why.
it's been almost 2 hours. Like,
I think all you guys are right, especially James. When Yeast and the Beast is here, it's a little bit different vibe. Chris Vodka.
Way better.
Can we get Chris Vodka on the mic? You know what was cool though is that Brian showed up. I thought Brian died.
that was really
yeah,
awesome.
that's
to
cool.
see,
Look,
man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't
Let's
really
see.
like
Go to the
beer that
Discord,
much.
see if people are bitching because you have members only chat.
Probably
not.
It's all good. No, and you know what? I am gonna upload that drag queen thing on this channel. I shouldn't have done that on Homebrew for Life, but I've got 2 videos on Homebrew for Life I'm working on, and when I go on vacation, it throws everything off. James, you put out content as much as I do. When you take off, the last thing you're thinking about is like editing.
Chris radiation.
Yeah. What's he doing?
Yeah.
To get your sister on here, I'll spice things up.
I'm down.
I will say this: I was also really stoned for the first hour of this. So that's why I didn't say much, and then it wore off, and then I started talking.
That was
All right.
good.
Now I'll smoke some weed and see what happens. All right, no.
There we go.
Live your life. All right, you guys want to do another half an hour? I know Alias is
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
stick
good.
over there. Alias,
Yeah, I got at
absolutely.
least. I can do midnight or a little after.
All right, hey,
11
anybody
or
who's here, I
8
know that
o'clock your time.
I know there's 50 people here. I know the chat's a little bit mellow because it's on members only. But if you guys could subscribe to all these guys' channel, they're all barrages. We've got they're all in the chat, right? I never want to click on something because it always scares the shit out of me. But anybody got any milestones or any videos or anything cool they want to say? CH maybe
No,
another
I got my
night.
car painted.
Chris Vodka
And
can't make it,
nice.
man. Much love, man. I had to pull a warehouse.
Pretty
shit.
close to 1,000.
Chris Vodka working that fucking midnight
nice.
oil, man. Can we get Gnomesky up to 1,000 tonight? James Pillar, what's up, man? Cracking the
Let's do it,
clown shoes. I've had 2 clown shoes.
Clown shoes are very good. I got to be honest though,
Yeah,
James
I'm close to
Pilar, their
400.
IPAs are pretty mediocre.
Yeah, Gnomes told me.
They used to have delicious, absolutely delicious barrel-aged stouts before they were bought out by Harpoon, and then those disappeared. Like they seriously, one of the best imperial stouts around this area, and just then they sold to Harpoon. Although Harpoon is still independent, so it's kind of more of like a merger, I guess. And yeah, meh.
All right,
It's a shame.
I'm still sapping on this Swami's. Let us know in the comment section what you're drinking on, man. And nothing's coming down tonight. Jonathan Elliott, what are you drinking on? Space Cake. See, I get Space Cake confused with clown shoes. All yes, can you tell that we're drunk or no? Is this normal?
I can tell you're a bit drunk. Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
Back off.
No, everyone's all good.
Story checks out. Yeah.
I mean, I've hung out with you I've hung out with you when we've both been like hammered. So like I now know what like really drunk CH is.
Hey, big shout out to Jaggers Brewing, man. We got
That's
to get him
hilarious.
on. And for the
Yeah, you
record,
do.
Jaggers is
Is it Jaggers or Jaegers?
Jaggers.
Yeah, he's got a whole. He's got a full.
Haggers.
He's got a full.
I don't even know the answer to that, but I'm just saying
No,
it's
it's
Jaggers.
Yeah.
It is how it reads it. How you read it.
You know what? Rye on Rye by Boulevard.
Damn, I've always been calling it
Jaegers.
Jaegers, bro.
Jaegers.
Hey, big
Jaggers.
shout out to Jaggers and Jonathan Elliott and Ron Barnes, man. They're already subscribed every month.
Yeah.
That's all we can ask for.
I'm
Wow.
what 15 plus 3, 18 away from 400 followers on Instagram, which is crazy.
Can we get all you guys up to 400 tonight? I'll show everybody
Nice.
here my
On
penis.
Instagram.
Sure.
Pretty sure I'm on.
I
must
lose
be
like
already
100
subscribed.
immediately.
No, you won't. No. Like Mick Jagger. He's got the
What's
moves.
your Instagram handle again? There, no, or
Oh,
Ollie?
Brownman Brewing.
I'm pretty sure I'm already got it, but I got to check again. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
already there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jaggers.
shit.
If
Oh,
you-
I didn't actually have you followed. I'm an
Oh,
asshole.
shit.
I probably
What a douche.
yeah, I definitely unsubscribed when you put as soon as you put like Fruity Pebbles in a
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
it just those look so. Those are such a good pictures. Having like I'm assuming that's a Fruity Pebbles brew. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You're dumping it in. Yeah. That looks
Yeah.
cool.
Fruity Pebbles.
It looks
is such
really
a-
good. How'd that turn out, or is that still going?
It's
Is
such
that
a-
a long time ago?
That's an old beer, but
That's like 6 months ago. Or
yeah, that's a while back. No, it turned out really good, but it didn't age well. Like that, you had to drink fresh. Like
yeah.
I think
Right.
after like 3 weeks and on tap, I was just like, this is not, something seems off. And I think whatever like chemicals are in that cereal finally like affect the beer at that point, and I was like, okay. So like I think I threw out like the last like half gallon of it. I was just like, I'm not gonna finish this.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I drank most of it. Like it was really good until like I was out for a whole week, and then I came back and it was just like, nah, this is not the same beer that I left it at. But yeah, that was surprisingly good, and you really got it
Yes.
on the smell more than anything.
James Pilar, great question. Yeah, I'm not too active on the Discord these days, but
Same.
I will definitely throw that in there. I'm definitely on way more Instagram nowadays than I've ever been. A lot of group texts. I wasn't like this a couple years ago. I never had group chats, but I love it. Like I 5 years ago, I fucking hated Instagram. It was the most obnoxious shit in my life. I love it now.
Yeah.
So I'm not so much on Discord, but I could throw that in there. But James.
But there's still a lot of people active on Discord, so if you want to ask questions and things like that, people are there to answer your questions.
Yeah, I've fallen off of like paying attention. Like I like it for if there's a group with like one general comment thing, and then you're just kind of chatting back and forth. But like,
yeah,
you look at some of them, like CH is getting it's busy. There's a lot of different things. Genus is pretty crazy, and I was looking at like what is it like doing the most one, and it's just fucking nuts. There's a lot of threads and a lot of action.
Yeah,
and honestly, like
it's just busy. Like that's a whole other job maintaining.
Well, when
one of those once you get proper busy.
And if you're not interested, it just looks like spam. Like I don't give a fuck about mead. I don't give a fuck about like this. You know, like you can't keep a tab on everything. But Chris Radiation just gave us a epic shout out. Wednesday night with the crew. He tagged Brown Man Gnome. Sorry, James. He didn't get you.
Instagram?
Yeah. He just got you some good love, man. Big shout out to Chris Radiation. I would love to get Chris on here. And you know what?
Yeah.
Chris actually just won some homebrew competitions. I follow him. The reason
I saw that.
Yeah, but
he paid off the judges.
Yeah.
Typical Pittsburgh person.
Obviously. Fucking Chris.
But the reason I love Instagram is because I honed it down. Like when I first had Instagram, I followed like everybody back from high school and all my family members. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. All I want is beer. All I want is beer talk or video games or whatever. And I remember like following people I had like one class with in college or high school. It's like this whole like follow for follow thing. Like it only works if like you're in it together. You know, like just because you followed me, I don't give a fuck. But if you're posting like beer pics, and you're brewing beer and you're trying to get better as a brewer or this and that, and I'm interested in, hell yeah, like I'll follow you back. But like following back like 700 people from your high school is just going to make you ruin that app. Like you just ruin that whole. Like, okay, this guy from high school like just got married. Now that his wife has like 300 pictures. I'm like, no. You have to like just hone in social media to the shit that you want to see, and it's fucking awesome. And that's where I'm at with social media now. Like I finally was like, because I remember like in my 20s, I like unfollowed a couple of people. They were like, "Whoa, you unfollowed me." I was like, "How would you know that? I would never know that." They're like, "Well, I have like a $3 unfollow gram." I was like, "You're the biggest fucking loser of all time. You spent $3 to see who doesn't follow you back on a cell phone,
like an aftermarket program."
I was like, dude,
inform them.
Yeah, like
that's ridiculous.
Well, not only that, but like you told me the worst fucking thing ever. Like I can never look at you the same way ever again, like ever. But if you just, like, I don't even know if you guys follow me.
I follow you.
I would probably care. I think
I follow you. I've been following you for a bit, and then I remember when you followed me back, and I was like, "Oh, nice."
Maybe I'm too old, but like it's a cell phone picture app. Like you can't be like a detective about it. You know, if you're a detective about like who's doing what on social media, if you took that energy and applied it to like a real job, you'd probably be making like 6 figures. You know, if you took that like insecurity, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So just hone that shit into beer.
If you're so worried about like getting the right algorithm on Instagram and all that, imagine if you put in that much effort into your actual job, like see how far you would actually go.
But I'm also particular. Like, do you guys know the channel 2.5 Pints?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
they live close to you.
Yeah, so they live close to me. So they hit me up. I hit them up, whatever. But I followed them, and all they do is on social media, they post, the people that go on Spotify and they let you know what song they're listening to, and they screenshot it, and then they let you know what they're listening. I was like, I have to unfollow. Like, I don't care if you're my best friend or you're my wife or this and that. Like, I don't care what fucking song you're listening to. I don't want that showing on my phone. Or am I breaking the circle of trust or something?
Yeah.
No, sounds good to me.
Do you care what like who's listening to iPod or Apple?
Oh, I have. Like the people were posting their like 2022 Wrapped Spotify thing,
Yeah, that's not my vibe.
and I was like, I don't care what music you're listening
Yeah.
to.
So all y'all, get rid of all of them and just hone it into like the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so anytime anything's obnoxious or like, whoa. Especially in 2020 in America, everyone's like, go fucking Trump or go Biden. And I was like, my mother on her deathbed, I'm unfollowing. But now it's like, yeah, Spotify is like the next thing. I don't know, man. I'm just being a fucking piece of shit. And with that said, let us know what song you're listening to right now and put it on the internet.
Nice.
All right, hey, we got one more beer left in us, right? We got 46 people.
I gotta get Chris Ratty to unsubscribe to me, so I gotta do something.
Hold on, I want to hear James up there go on a rant. Not a rant. I just want to hear.
Go on a rant?
I want to hear him say something.
I want to hear that too. Let's do it.
Okay.
No,
right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom first. Nobody pull a fucking chip. Nobody pull a chip.
We're all leaving. Everybody's leaving. Noam already tried to leave as soon as you tried to leave.
I'm over here.
Oh wait, no, that's
all right. I'll do that.
Okay, got you. Okay, so
20 more minutes. I ain't going anywhere.
Okay, so as you can know by my videos, I'm really good at tasting beer, and I've recently become I think it's called recognized beer judge from the BJCP.
Oh, nice.
Passed the initial test.
Hell yeah!
The
Congratulations.
test is fucking silly. It's like 180 questions in, I don't know, an hour. and I did when I was doing I failed the first. I bought a 3-pack because I was recommended to get a 3-pack because it's tricky. So on my second attempt at it, I was going through and I'm like, oh yeah, I got lots of time. And I'm like, oh shit, that's three questions a minute, not 2. So I had like almost 100 questions with 20 minutes left to do, and I just read them as fast as I could and did them, and I managed to pass at that time. But
hell yeah!
But it's like it asks you all these. There was like questions in it that like I had no clue that was even a beer style, like an Oud Brewing beer or something.
Oh yeah.
And like compare the Oud Brewing to whatever Flanders Red, and it's like, God, I got no fucking clue what those beers are.
Answer, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it is an open book exam.
Don't drink that beer.
So it's like it's open book, and you got time to look into questions and shit. But like, there's a lot of real, I don't know what you call them, fucking uppity questions on it. Like just kind of just silly,
kind of
just
thing.
Like
Shit you
who
never
gives a
need
shit
to know.
questions. It's like all the questions should be like, okay, what does this type of malt bring to this flavor, or like what is what is the flavor? It's not like compare an Oud Brewing to fucking triple IPA or something like that. Like it's just not a lot of the questions just are meaningless, especially when you have like if you're going to be actually judging, you have ample time to know beforehand what you're judging. So it's not like you'd ever go into something off the cuff and they're like, okay, well, this is a category 26A and 32 Bravo. So yeah, the test it seemed a little over the top, mind you. Just reading a bunch of books and listening to podcasts all the time, you get most of the general, like at least half of the general knowledge you need. Some of it's common sense, but all the comparison questions are like, I don't freaking know if like whatever this kind has like 50% Pilsner, 50% Munich, and then adds a little bit of Vienna in there, like.
I think it'd probably be mostly like flavor or aroma or like just the differences between that. Not really like.
I would be using the homebrew challenges when I'm taking that quiz. I just have the homebrew challenge open up in another window. Be like, oh wait, he made this. Let me go check the video real quick.
Yeah, but like at 20 seconds a question.
Yeah,
like
no, you don't have time to do that.
That is pretty ridiculous. Yeah,
when you got like a comparison question, and then there's like. And a lot of the questions are multiple answers, so there's like 4 options or 5, or sometimes 5. So you got to choose which ones apply. Yeah, but I read like
they give you a choice. It's not like you have to like elaborate on it.
There's this it's all multiple choice. It's all check boxes. But so it's like mostly true and false, or no, like let's say a third true and false, a third multiple question, and then a few multiple answers. And multiple answers are bullshit because I can talk myself into any sort of answer for any question. So. But if you look at, you only need a 65 to pass. So if you actually look at how many multiple answers there are, one of the techniques that I read that to do the test is like just fucking ignore the multiple answers and focus on the multiple choice. Because if you didn't do any of the multiple answers, you could still get probably 10 or 15 wrong and pass.
Nice.
So just skip every multiple answer as you're going, and then you could give a shot at all the other questions and use the study guides, or like beersyndicate.com has like a good like beer comparison application and stuff, and they also
I gotta
have
be
some,
honest.
like,
I don't like the fact that it's like timed. Like
Oh, no,
it should be
it's
more
crazy.
important that you know the knowledge and not like, oh, he got it within X amount of seconds. So he
yeah, I
passed.
think that's
that seems a
kinda
little
messed up,
ridiculous to be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, I
I'm
understand.
sure there's a reason for it, but
I can understand like having a time, but like having the time where it's like 20 seconds per question, like that's like fast. Like that's
Yeah,
really
I
fast.
don't know. I don't know.
Like
what
if it was
the-
like a 4 hour, like you have like if they gave you 4 hours to do the exam, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, I can take my time with each question. I can go through and understand, and like that's fine, because then like at the end of the day, they need to get it back from you, right? Like they don't want you taking 3 days to fill out like 100 questions. It's like, come on, dude, like get it done.
I
in
did
one
see
day.
that Shauna, by the way. Sorry, trying not to talk over people. I'm
Oh, drink.
was anxious.
Yeah. But yeah, the time thing. I mean, it's good for like a time thing is good for when you're actually like when there's a lot of questions and you want to know if someone like generally knows a style, or like
Right.
it's like, oh, what's darker, a blonde or a fucking stout or something, like stupid stuff like that. But like when you're getting into these real complex questions, it's like that's just bullshit. There's no reason. And their website now, all their infrastructure on their website and stuff is like super dated, so it's not it's not that amazing.
What's the temperature for you guys? What's the weather for you guys?
Freezing.
We're actually pretty warm. We're sitting around 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. So
Celsius?
I don't
Oh,
know what
that's
that
not
is,
too
40,
bad.
42 or something like that.
Yeah, dude,
it's cold.
like it was 80 degrees earlier today.
I'm a bitch,
That's
man.
55.
Like I have my
Listen,
AC
dude.
on still. Like I had to.
You have your AC
I went-
on.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, that's how hot it is right now, dude. It's like right now it's saying it's 70 degrees outside. Like
I'm freezing. But
I was
also,
doing
like,
work
I, don't
on-
know,
on
I hope
the
you guys can't hear it.
Subaru.
My freaking temp control keeps clicking like nonstop.
No, I know. I can't hear anything there.
No,
Thank God.
same.
CH is the only one that gets all stripped
Whenever I'm
on
like,
this
huh,
sound.
that's me just reacting to the freaking loud noise.
yeah,
keeps
no, it's
happening
like
to my
super
left.
warm here. Like it's t-shirt and shorts weather right now. Like
Yeah.
Genus would be very proud.
So the thing, Sean, I think they had that yeast is available, if I'm not mistaken. It's just that they were like linking the origin to Europe. They found that in like other continents,
Giant
but
bee.
they thought it originates from Europe, and now they have like somewhat of proof because they found it in the ground. So that's my understanding of that yeast.
Texas.
So I think you can actually get your hands on that if you want it. Anyways, I'm gonna sip on some more Thanksgiving, yeah.
You just brought the room down totally. I didn't even notice what you said.
Nah, man, we're chilling.
I was talking. Well, all right. So there's like
I'm just glad we're back. I'm glad everyone's
Shauna
here.
Kella. He's from Ireland, and there was a new discovery where there's strain of yeast
definitely
that's a
not
lager
saying his
strain
name
that was
right.
considered like the parent strain of like all lager strains, and they were trying to like link its origin, and apparently they found it in like underground, like in dirt, recently. That was like a new thread that was on Homebrewing on Reddit. So that's what I was talking about. I know, like I talk about like everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about, but I apologize. And with that,
Drink. No, just apologize. Come here. Bold HP in the house, man. Making sure to come back to a stream that hasn't been lagged. Much love, Bold HP, man. Cheers, Barrage.
Wow.
We all have to drink. No, just apologize. We didn't have to. All you guys, are you out of food?
no, I still got food, but I'm good. I'm full.
5 or 6
I can
cheeseburgers just out of view.
I can. Yeah, I just have it here to the side.
just stand by Bergs.
I might
man.
have some of this mac chicken.
No, I was sick for a little bit. I was on the all y'all's vibe and stayed sober for like 7 days. And I think these beers are hitting me. Like, I'm going to rip this one, but I definitely had a double IPA in there. I don't think I'm going to get to tonight.
Yeah, probably not the best night ender one.
Probably not the
it's
best night.
Pretty good.
No.
Just to encourage him.
All right, all I was
drink,
drinking.
motherfucking drink.
Just say it.
When you throw up
Off
spaghetti,
beer?
it's like a different thing. It's like
Off
it's a
beer?
new experience.
We're back at mandatory, Mister.
So I got my Mustang back, right? And
Oh, dude, your car looks good, Elias. Your car looks
thanks,
great.
man.
That cherry
Yeah, it does
red
look awesome.
looks phenomenal. Looks fantastic. It looks
Fantastic.
fantastic. I want to make a T-shirt that says "It looks fantastic." That this is fantastic. That's a. Oh, it's such a good word. I mean, it's such a.
It's a
compliment-
great word. It's a happy
great-
word, you know.
It's a happy word. It's a complimentary word. It's a Disney Channel word. It's a great word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Fantastic. As long as we don't abuse that too much, the word will carry weight. You can't say that for everything. You can't be like,
Right.
everything's fantastic. The weather's fantastic. This
War. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
war, yeah, that's not
I
gonna
think
work.
that's off.
Do you endorse it?
Hot Shots Part 2.
I mean,
So
that's
now I
not,
have to daily
Old
drive my
movie
Mustang.
coat.
I'm actually taking my Mustang to work tomorrow.
what's up with the Subaru.
So I took it for inspection and it failed because I only had 4 out of 5 lug nuts on one of the wheels. And apparently for
Whoa.
Texas, you need all 5. And I was like, oh, that's stupid.
That is
So-
stupid to not pass.
Because I'm like, 4 out of 5 is plenty good. Like, it's fine.
right. There's no difference.
Right, like, and so I was trying to retap it, and when I took off one of the other lug nuts, it actually broke one of the studs, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell?
That's an issue.
And
that's
And so I was like, all right, looks like I'm gonna just need to replace the whole wheel bearing. So I ordered one from O'Reilly's. Pick it up tomorrow. and
O'Reilly's.
I took out
Auto parts.
the wheel hub, and just before like we did this, so like I took that out, took a shower, and that's why I haven't had dinner till now. So
Checks out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
yeah, the studs are pressed in, but like I didn't really want to do all that, and I don't have a press, and I was just like, you know what, might as well just go ahead and put on a new wheel hub. So
Story
all
checks
good.
out. Yeah, all good. All good. Let's take a bite. Here we go.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Space Cake.
I'll drink to that.
Is Space Cake out of Texas?
No, it's the Clown Shoes beer.
Clown Shoes is out of Texas.
is it
Massachusetts.
Both of them?
Massachusetts?
Clown
I was
Shoes,
about
yeah.
to-
What about Space Cake?
They're produced by Clown Shoes.
Damn, I'm tripping, man. We do not get that shit in California. Here's the bummer about these whole beer rating websites. It's all territorial. Like, if it was one thing, we all got the same beer, we could, like,
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
number
yeah.
1, this is number 2, this is number 3. It's failed by default, you know? Like, you can't.
That's why I think it should be more regional. Like it should be regional like ratings or not like because like you know it's been a thing forever where like you can't accurately judge a beer that's been, like especially a hazy that's been shipped to you from like Britain. Good luck.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Right.
Good luck.
But no, even though
Like,
that you're saying that.
If I'm that brewer, I'm like, oh man, like I already lost. You
Well,
know?
not only
Like,
that, but you
good
can't
luck.
control that. Like, that comes down to your canning line. That comes down to like the quality of control. Of,
Yeah,
like, your
and also how they
distribution.
handle it too. Like it's not just 75, 80% is on you. Don't get me wrong, but like you know, there are other factors. Like, I'm glad you brought that up. Although this is a little bit different, but like, because this is something I wanted to ask. Like, are people finding like shelf turds at like an alarming rate recently because, dude, I bought I go to this liquor store and I saw like something new and I'm like, oh, cool, new, you know, and it's from a Sloop Brewing, which like they're a really good hazy company from New York. So I was like, never saw it before, no questions asked, bought it. Took it home, cracked it. The first smell, I was like, "Oh, this is old," you know. And then I like look at the bottom of the can, dude.
Right.
02, 03, 21.
Right.
Like what?
No, and not only that, but okay. So when you guys were in Knoxville, and I have no, I'm not offended by anything in this regard.
Right.
I loved Schultzbrau beer. That was that German place we went to. We had a couple.
Oh, I love that place. Great
place. I've had that beer in my hometown, and I bought a 4-pack. No, remember the place that we bought the short rib meat from, and that super small market.
The co-op.
Right, that place is 2 fucking blocks over, and it didn't taste good. Like in the beers on draft there, they're good. You know, they're this and that. Imagine. Shipping that shit to fucking Australia. Imagine shipping that shit to the East Coast or Florida or California. Like, if it's not good here, and I have a really hard time with that brewery's distribution. I don't know what they do, whether there's too much oxygen that gets in or they fucking let that shit cook out while the sun's out. Some places have really good beer on tap. And then when you buy them, it's just not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I've had a feel like that.
What'd you guys think? So I brought you guys to Next Level on 2 different days. That was the day that you...
the day I was leaving.
The day you were leaving when you were hanging out with Sean. What'd you guys think of Knoxville beer? And just lay into it. Like, rip on it. Like, what was your favorite? What was whack? So where did we go? Okay, so we Highwire. That was the day that
Highwire.
Tennessee
we did Zool. We did
Next Level. Schultzbrau.
Next Level. We did Schultz.
Did anything stand
just
out?
like anywhere else, there's some that's like about the experience. Like Schultzbrau,
Sure.
I would think would be about the experience. Like that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like themed,
Right.
like brewery.
Your Czech Republic vibe. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely that like beer garden vibe.
100%. German beer garden vibe.
There were your more like, I only had one beer from them, but judging by their menu, like the more hyped type crowd would be like Zool, in my opinion. Like they're doing the whole like, big outlandish like pastry stouts, smoothie sours, big IPAs, like that whole game. Then you had a lot of kind of like smaller, like Crafty Bastards was actually very cool in my opinion because they stood out. Like they were around for quite a while, but they didn't really like expand. I brought that up. I was like, they've been around for however it's been like 8 years or plus, and they haven't really like expanded. Like they're still brewing out of fermenters that I probably would like second guess their like the amount of PSI they can handle. You know what I mean? Like their 100%. Fermenters were like questionable. But they were putting out good beers, so whatever.
All those. Remember that we were like up in the bathrooms looking down, and like they had those super weird fermenters.
Yeah,
right. But I mean, like, and the real bummer about beer though is that like atmosphere and customer service like affects that. Like if we're having a really fucking good time, like we were at Crafty Bastard. Remember Cheyenne, my coworker from Highwire?
Yeah. Yep.
Like cool girl, this and that. You're like, oh, this is the best experience ever. Like, but did you really remember the beer? So
the beer we had at that one, what beer that was?
We had so they have the gnarliest dill pickle beer. In my opinion, it's literally fucking dill pickle beer that they carbonated.
Like dill pickle juice that they.
I wish I tried it then. I think I had like a hazy there.
Hazy? Oh no, Crafty Bastard's phenomenal. Like Crafty Bastard
was good.
It's great. It was great. I don't think we really had a bad experience, but like
I can't. I'm trying to think. Like I don't. The one place me and you went in the morning, all the way far out. What was it called? Ivory and
Oh, that was the
whatever.
word. No, that's not even the conversation. That place sucks.
Yeah,
Right.
but other than like everything was fantastic. Like all the beers we went to, I couldn't like. I'm trying to even think like were there beers that just were just like these breweries were meh, and I'm just like no. Zool was fantastic. That beer was really good.
It was good. What'd you get at Zool, Alias?
I got hazy IPA.
Okay, because I remember we were there with the girl, and I remember Noam had a 10-ounce pour of like a stout
Yeah, it was a dessert stout with bananas.
with bananas.
Yeah.
The only thing that bums me out about Zool is they don't serve their $8 beers in pint glasses. It's always 12 ounces, and I think that's just like the prestigious thing. Kind of like rubs me the wrong way. Going back to like Heady Topper or Swami's or whatever. It's like, dude, just fucking, if you're going to charge me $8.50, can I have a pint? Like, this isn't California, you know?
Yeah.
You know what that gives me vibes of is Trillium. Trillium, they do like very few of the beers. You can
Yes.
enjoy,
Oh,
like,
that pissed me off about Trillium.
It's like
Say that again?
8 Trillium. Their beer is delicious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to like throw stones, but like
Right.
it's very, like I said before, like it's kind of a high end crowd, and like they don't. The only beers they offer like in like full pours are like their lagers. Everything else is like 8 ounce, 10 ounce. If you're lucky, 12 ounce, and it's still like $10-$12 for a pour. I'm not even kidding. That's not an exaggeration. Like
That's a lot.
it's absolutely ridiculous. But like, you know, the atmosphere is amazing. Like the beer is really good. They're on like a massive plot of land, so I don't know, I guess you're buying partly the experience. But
which
my
one
God,
which one do you go to? I've been to the one like
Uh,
downtown and stuff like that.
no, I've only gone to the Canton one,
Okay.
which now it's a new Canton one. Like they bought a new property on the same in the
property?
same
Okay.
town. But
Well, I'm going to ask all you guys this, and this kind of goes with, you know, like customer service and atmosphere and a cute girl behind the bar does kind of factor into like the taste of the beer. You know, there's very few people that like can get shit on and have the best beer ever and still be like, that's the best beer. And I try to do that with myself, but it's tough. Like if you're like, dude, this place like kind of sucks, but the beer had a really good hazy.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to talk about it, but I want to hear about this, and I want to talk about with Gnome, like on the Austin side. James, do you have any brewery that you would recommend in Nashville? Because I'm going to ask these guys about Knoxville next. Like, if you had one place to throw out,
Let's see, Nashville. I liked
Tailgate.
oh shit, something Beerworks. I think it was like Yeehaw was cool. There was like the Nashville Beerworks or something like that. That I may be totally off on the name of that. And there was one barrel aged one that I went to in Nashville.
Because it's a beer place, or because it's like a family oriented environment place.
Both of the ones I recommended they're all beer place. There was a couple that had family oriented that were pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing. There wasn't the barrel aged one. It was during a brewery tour, so I was like, it was the last stop, and I was pretty loaded by it. So
nice.
I didn't feel like I really had a chance to analyze it. But like overall in the Nashville, like it was, I didn't like hate the beer, but it wasn't like there was nothing that stood out as like fuck yeah, I'd love to go back there. Other than just like the atmosphere, like I think Nashville Beer Works or something was good there, just because it had like the kind of the upper deck that you could overlook the brewery and some live music and stuff, but
live ambiance.
But it was I'd say it was a place of beers that you need to have good atmosphere to enjoy.
Did you go to Yazoo?
Duly noted.
Or Yazoo? I don't know. I didn't go there.
No.
I only know about Tailgate.
Like for me, that was
Tailgate stood out as the best one.
Tailgate, yeah.
It was
I don't think that
early in our
existed when I
brewery.
went.
It was early in our brewery tour, but they had really good beers. But
Tailgate. I'm riffing on. I'm making a video about my one trip in Nashville, and it's Tailgate's a little bit involved in that, but I liked it, and it sounded like Pizza Port. It felt like Pizza Port. All y'all's. If you were to recommend one brewery in Knoxville, what would you say?
I guess it kind of depends, like, what style of beer you want.
We talking about beer? Are we talking about ambiance? Are we talking about outdoor patio?
Yeah, I mean, so most of the breweries kind of like I guess they all had their own vibe. Like Crafty Bastard was just like that dive bar kind of vibe.
Industrial park, brick
Industrial
building,
park.
yeah.
Zool was like very new fashion, like it
Brand
was
new,
like
yeah.
like clean, like nice, pretty floors, fancy tables, things like that, right? Digital, like everything digital, right?
Vertical TVs that you can't even
Yeah.
read. Yeah.
And then, what was it? Next Level was just like your generic, like your go-to good spot, like
something I would own. Like that's like a brewer place.
like like it's like a good happy place to be kind of thing, you know.
So depending on like who you were talking
and then
to,
Schultz
Brow. Yeah, Schultz Brow.
Schultz Brow, like you want that like fanfare, you go there, right?
Oh yeah.
And if you like German beers, like their German beers are fantastic, like
Yeah, it was really good.
really good. So like, but if I'm gonna say like if you want hazies, either Next Level or Zool, I think I really enjoyed theirs the most.
I'd say the same
Next
thing.
Level was so good. Next Level was really good.
That was the one I sent you. You thought it was Adam Sandler or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Big boy.
Big boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Adam Sandler on the can with some.
No, great answers. Those are like brewer shit. What about you, Noam? What do you think about like if you were to recommend one thing to Knoxville? And I'm gonna talk about Austin.
I want you guys to talk about Austin, yeah.
Oh no.
Well, it wouldn't be a brewery. It'd just be a tap room, merchants of beer. Just like it, and it's not even about the beer selection. It was just the community, the crowd. Like everyone there was so friendly. I was talking to random ass people. They didn't care who the fuck I was. I didn't care who they were. They're just so many
The
like
vibe was so good.
laughs and conversations. And it was just like such a great experience. Like that's where I would go.
So
that'd be like if I flew
vibe
back there. That'd be like the very first stop. I'd be like, yeah, I'll be right there, CH. But first, I go to Merchants of Beer.
Well, if you want to buy a house with me, let me know, man. I'm in the market. But,
dude, that place is amazing.
So pretty much what you're saying is that the atmosphere is bigger than the beer because it is. Totally
it was just such a great place and a great experience, and we went there literally 5, maybe 6 times throughout that trip, like multiple times some nights.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
it was.
No,
it was
one
like
night we went there
let's
3
go back
times.
To that place. Yeah, let's go back to that place. Like,
yeah, dude. And the video that I put out of the Texas IPA or whatever, that is like 1% of the footage that I look at. And when I edit these videos, I stare at it and I'm just fucking cracking up. All y'all just keeps running behind the bar and making Sam and Sean laugh. Like everyone's cracking up. It's like fat mamas, you know, like black people.
I still remember the dude's name that was
all
sitting
y'all
to the left of us that night. Rodney.
Listen, no, like listen.
Like that place was absolutely amazing. It really was.
And then who was that lawyer guy that was like a big shot there? Like we ended up becoming like good friends with him.
Oh yes,
he bought us like a couple rounds too.
He's like, you guys ever have problems, you call me.
Oh, me.
No, I'm not there every night, man. Sean's definitely like one of 2 friends I text and hang out with out here. And that night you guys were in town, that was like the best. That was like the funnest we've ever had. Like it's not gonna live up to that, you know, like guys in town.
Right.
I'm in town.
I also
now
remember
I told Sean, I'm like, what's up with the Padres? He's like smoking his vape, you know. So okay,
another cool thing.
I still remember that one night I was the most hated guy there because I was the only Astros fan when they won the World Series that night.
Dude, we've talked about that. No,
that was hilarious.
No, but fuck that. I'm on your side, and I'm 100% on all y'all's side. I don't care who's listening. This is gonna be live in the morning. You know, everyone's like, "Are you like a Rangers or an Astros fan?" All I was like, "Hey man, like my dad brought me up. We were fucking Astros fans, this and that." And he said that to Sean, and our buddy, who's not really my buddy, that fucking 50-year-old lawyer guy, like picked up the trash can and was like banging on it, and you like held your ground. You know, my friends in San Diego would be like, I have to fight you, like you disrespected the Padres and this and that. You were cool, man. The best people on planet fucking Earth are the people that don't blow fuses. Yeah, like, no, man, I work with a guy, like, I got a new guy. I've texted you guys about this shit. The best fucking trait you can ever have on planet Earth is to be able to, like, take a joke. Unless someone's really fucking with you and you have to stand up with yourself. If you can take a joke, I will vouch for you, like, to get a job. You know, some people are like, whoa, he made fun of, like, this and that. That was fucking brilliant. And then,
but
they
the thing
won
was, like,
and this and that.
He
And I
gave
was
me
like,
dirt, and it was like, I just brushed it off, and then I gave him shit when we won, and he's like, you know what? I deserve that.
No, but
it was like,
sorry.
Yeah, it was just a give and take. Like, it was nothing. Like, it was just friendly banter, really.
It was friendly banter and like, hey man, we're in fucking Tennessee. We're not in fucking Philadelphia or.
Was that the young like college kids that were to the left of us the first night?
No, they were cool. Dude,
was that the crowd though?
Dude, everybody in Tennessee is cool. Everybody in Tennessee is way cooler than San Diego. Like,
well, because the reason why I asked that was because the next time we bumped into those kids, like 2 days later, like one of them gave me a hug. We're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like it was all like,
"Oh yeah."
If that's the same crowd, I'm not sure.
No. Like we owned the bar that night. Like we were like, hey, like, remember Chuck, the guy that bought us around this and that? He's the only guy that was like devastated that like UT didn't beat Alabama. Like, hey, man, like, most people in Tennessee are like me. We're like transplants, like people that are like, hey, we just came to a place trying to start new. I got dumped by a girl, trying to figure the whole world out all over again. That's a really good spot. Like, that's a really good spot. MOB.
Yeah. Mob was so much fun.
Yeah. No, and you guys, when you guys come back though, we got to do a pact right now, James.
Yeah, we're going. I'm going there right now.
You got to come with it. No. No, James. Next time these guys come back, we're always talking about like this and that, who's coming here. Like, it's very easy to come to Knoxville from Austin and Rhode Island because we're on like the Allegiant and the
Allegiant cheap flight. Yeah,
it's Allegiant and Spirit and this and that.
Oh, nice.
No, man, these guys came to town, man. It was perfect. It was a blast. I'm
just driving 40 hours straight.
Yeah.
Get down there, lickety split.
I think it's a very small town. Like, I live in San Diego. All the odds is from Austin. That's the only thing you can kind of compare it to. You know, and I remember talking to Noam. I was like, could you live here? And Noam was like, yeah, I could live here. I was like, all the odds, could you live here? He's like, no, it's way too small. I'm like,
that's a bigger town, actually. Like, I think you guys have.
But there's no right or wrong.
More people than I.
There's no right or wrong answer.
There's no right or wrong answer. I live in a high school. I live in a fucking high school. I lived in a bigger town than Austin, Texas. I lived in like one step down from Los Angeles.
Right.
Yeah. So for me coming here and like, you know, and then, you know, I told you guys about the homie that.
Yeah.
So, we know what you're talking about. But the more that I see him, but like, you know, no, we've chilled out here. Like, we've sat on my porch, all that. Like, I got a pretty good thing going out here from a guy that came from like, but the next time we all come out here, Party Time James is fucking Party Time, and James is right on out here, man. It's a little
trying to coordinate.
It's
possible.
Oh no, that's and you guys are all anybody that wants to come up to Nova Scotia. I got a spot here, and I'll take anyone. Just email me. Come visit.
Hell yeah.
I think Noam James is a little bit different. Like, you have. I mean, how far are you from Nome? How far are you from Rhode Island? Drive time.
I can get there in a day. It's just a real committed day. About 13, 14 hours or something.
Dang, that's still a drive.
You did tell me that. That's a fucking drive and a motherfucker.
Yeah, I could leave after work on Friday, be there by like...
It's like driving all the way to Texas.
Saturday at noon. No problem. And drive home Sunday.
No one's driving. Hey, we're all coming out here back in March. Let me get the channel going together. Let me, let me get the fucking... climber system worked out. We'll make a video.
I want to hear about your thoughts on Austin.
Yeah.
What were your guys'
Meanwhile,
Favorite brewery.
as far as beer goes, this and that, I'm gonna go Meanwhile all the fucking way. Like by
over
far.
Pine House.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Pine House was in the back of my mind. Yeah. And I do want to try Pine House's food. I know they put that pizza in those little delicious squares and stuff like that.
We'll go to Pine House Pizza next time you come here. Yeah.
Yeah. And the one place that I cracked that joke on of like, hey, we walked in, I showed him my dick, and we walked out. I wish I would have had more footage. St. Elmo's, yes.
St. Elmo's was really good too.
St. Elmo's is like
It was very up your vibe. Very your vibe.
Yeah. Like a very next.
That's like your underground brewery.
Yeah.
It's like your hardcore
and it
brewery.
still had a nice outdoor section too. Like
great outdoor section.
For sure, yeah. Nice decor, like kind of grapevine, low lighting,
100%
type thing,
super
patio.
100%. And I remember talking to the bartender or whatever. I was like, how do you guys put your fermenters like so fucking close and this and that? And the guy was like, yeah, you can like honestly like not even swipe a credit card through there. And I was like, that's like battle mates. Like that is like a next level. Like what do they have? A 5-barrel brew house?
Yeah. No, it looks like a 10.
There's no way. Because 15 is huge. But anyway.
15's huge, yeah.
Yeah, but, in all honesty, like, we were hanging out. We were having a great time. I was having, like, fucking the best weekend ever. I didn't really, like, dissect their beers the way. Like, you could have given me anything or whatever.
Yeah.
But that place had a killer courtyard. St. Elmo. I love the name. That was very much like what the majority of my friends in San Diego, like that's what their back of the house is like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to, Fish's lair.
Oh, Fish was Meanwhile.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Like one step down from Sierra Nevada or Laguna. I mean,
Meanwhile was huge.
State of the art, modern, like everything's like
and
sparkling
like they didn't
brand
even fill
new.
out like their whole brew house was built bigger than what they could.
It's like you got you can expand 3 times.
They could they could have 3 times as many fermenters as they want.
And go taller. Like they weren't even
they could go taller too.
Like,
yeah.
What would you recommend them?
And Austin?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
definitely at the top of my list.
I know say you love Zilker.
Oh
Zilker,
was really
again,
good.
Zilker.
And you loved Lazarus. You said Lazarus was your favorite in the video.
Yeah.
And like I would also say for bars, that High Noon place. Like if you're looking for like nice dive bar and you live like in the area, that place is just phenomenal.
Was that when we were dancing?
Live music especially.
Yeah, that's when
I'm sorry?
that's when I became mayor of Austin.
The mayor of Austin.
Yeah, dude.
No, that was fun. That was great. Well, anyway, man, this was fun, man. I hope anybody, got some maybe destination choices to kind of pick out, this and that. I want to thank everybody for being here. Anybody got anything else to say or yada yada?
I got nothing. I'm ready to crash because I got to go to work like an asshole tomorrow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No, I want to thank all you guys, man.
You mean today?
Yeah, in 6 hours I got to leave.
No, let's get out of here, man. And shout out to all y'all for doing this sober, man. I've done this like 3 or 4 times. I know it's not as fun. No, but did we say anything that we have to take this down?
Absolutely not.
Did we talk shit about too much vegan food or?
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, man, this is fun. I'm gonna leave this one up. Check out everybody in the description. This will be up tomorrow. Anything you have anybody to say? Speak now, forever. Brunge or barrage? Don't think I ever brought it up.
That's about it. Brunge the barrage. Yeah.
All right. Is that it? Should we get out of here?
All good.
Yeah.
Up to
All
you.
right, y'all. Everyone.